students that wants to share with the online audience? Let them have an idea what has been happening. Maxine, do you want to share? Yes. Come on, let's hear. Let's hear from you what has been going on. You have been here for the whole week since Monday. Please share with the audience. Thank you.
Yes, this is Maxine from New York. And I've been here since the beginning of the HMT. And pretty much I'm not the same person that arrived. And to be departing in a couple of days, it's been fantastic. Getting to relate to people from all over the world who need to be intensified with transformation, with conversion, with love, with knowing that we're not going to be locked down anymore by egocentrism and all the other things that come with closure to our minds. I won't go back because I'm already gone forward. So whatever we have done now, we are going to go and to let all our faith come with results. We are going to have result in the areas of whichever that is on our heart to change the nation. In our community, we have different needs. I almost say disparities. That is in the medical. I almost go there. But also, even if somebody is in disparity with whatever situation medically, we are still able to transport them, if we're in that position, to bring them to the area where they can get medical help, as well as the other physical help, for them to be loved, for us to share their concern, and to continue so we can have good report to come back to you next HMT.
Hello, everyone, Facebook viewers. I know that you're exciting and that you're enjoying this broadcast and the whole HMT. And I want to discuss some books with you, which you might want to buy. The first one is Raising the Next Generations of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. I read this book, and I promise you, if you read this book, you're going to want to read it over and over again, because you're going to learn all those things we've been talking about the last session, about how to create ideas, how to convert them into tangible products. So you can find this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Go buy your copy. The next book is Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. And really, it's not up to God. It's up to you, Nigerians. And not only Nigerians. You can also place your own nation, if you're not from Nigeria, on this place. Only God can save the Netherlands. What a myth. I am there to be the Abraham of the Netherlands. So, hey, go buy this copy. Can you see? The Vertible Source of Energy. A great book you need to buy. You need to reread it. And buy a copy for someone else, maybe. You can buy it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Go buy your copy. So for any one of you who has children, I have a son. And, if you want to raise your children in a good way with good self-esteem, with self-confidence, really you need to buy this book, How to Create Core Values in a Child. So if you want to raise children with a kingdom mindset, children who want to create inventions, and children who are going to rule the world for Christ, buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Where Are the Heroes? Let the Heroes Arise is the next book. And, it seems like there are no heroes born in churches. But we are going to make the change right now. So if you want to become a hero, if you want to learn how to be a hero, you really need to buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com and Okada Books. Go buy your copy. So nobody likes problems, right? But Dr. Sunday encouraged you to search for problems. So problems is a shortcut to prominence. He's teaching you not to get away from problems, but to seek problems. But when you encounter problems and you solve them, that is when you become great. So buy this book, Problems, your shortcut to prominence. You can find it on Amazon.com and Okada Books. How to Get What You Need in Life. It's a great book. You really need to buy it. You can find it on Amazon.com and Okada Books. You can find your copy there. So any one of you who have been watching the HMT for the last couple of days know that Dr. Sunday is very, very proud to have written this book, A Visionless Life is a Meaningless Life. And he even stated that, most people who write about visions don't got it right, or not the complete message about what vision really is. And, Dr. Sunday, he does his research, he does his due diligence. So, if you want to know how to create a good vision for your life and how to get there, you really need to buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com and Okada Books, isn't it? Yep. Yes. A Visionless Life is a Meaningless Life. And another great book Dr. Sunday Adelaja have written is How Africans Brought Civilization to Europe. And today, in one of the earlier broadcasts, he read some statements out of the book on what Africans had created in the past, like the refrigerator. I didn't know that. Many things Africans have done, and they basically have ruled over a great area of continents in the world. So if you want to know what we Africans have done in the past, you really need to read this book, How Africans Brought Civilization to Europe. A book with a great title, and it encouraged me to read it as well, even though I'm not a Nigerian yet, I guess. Yeah. How the Nigerian economy can overtake the American economy. A great title. I haven't read this book yet, but I'm about to read it because I now know that I'm going to be filled with revelation and principles and knowledge how to change a nation. And I really believe it, and you should too. So if you want to know more about how to change Nigeria and how we can raise the economy or change the economy and make the nation to become wealthy, buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com and Okada Books. Another book about problems. Hello, I'm searching for problems. Don't walk away for them. Go search for them. Wait for them. Seek them. Because solving your problem, that is what will make you become great. That's what will make you become stronger. So, hello, I'm searching for problems. Go buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. How to become a developed nation through the dignity of labor. We need to work hard, and we need to know the principles, how to work hard and how to develop a nation, how to develop Nigeria or the whole continent of Africa. So buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com and Okada Books. No one is better than you. We need to raise our self-esteem. We need to know who we are, what we're made of, what we're capable of. And Dr. Sunday explains this in this book. There's not one person who read this book who couldn't tell me that, they now know that they are capable of great things, that they are able to do the same things others have done. No one is really greater than you. You only need to find the greatness within yourself. So buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. I really encourage you to buy it. Work is better than vacation, and labor better than favor. I've always been taught to depend on the favor of God. But you know what? I rather depend on the work and the results I get through working. And the principles will work for you. So buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Work is better than vacation. Labor better than favor. And another great book, Life is an Opportunity. I read this book as well, and I'm going to read it again. This book teaches you how to seek for opportunities. And opportunities will make you great. The difference between success and luck. You don't need to depend on luck. No, success is predictable. You can have success. You can find it. You can create your own success. and we need to seek the opportunities. And opportunities are everywhere, and opportunities come to you every day. But you need to be prepared for opportunities. You need to be prepared to, when something comes to you and you want to make something great, you need to know how to do it. And this book teaches you and step by step how to seek and find opportunities and how to make your life to become an opportunity. So buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. The Law of Difference, a great book, teaches you to, how do you say it? Go, you find the uniqueness in every person you meet, from what culture or nation or whatever. You can find uniqueness in everyone. So if you want to know more about it, you can find this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Excellence, your key to elevation. Well, we really need to learn what real excellence is. So this man, Dr. Sanda Adelaja, you can see that he's not lazy. He's a hardworking man, and he teaches his people, the Nigerians, the Africans, and basically everyone how to find excellence to elevate yourself. So buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. How to overcome the fear of death. We really never need to be afraid of of death. Jesus has overcome death, and we don't know when we will go to the Lord, but we don't have to be afraid. But because a real Christian, somebody who really lives with God and is a kingdom citizen, doesn't really die. So if you want to know more about how to overcome the fear of death, go buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Create your own net worth. It's all about creating value to yourself. And when you are valuable to others because you have created that in yourself, you created products, or you did something for someone, people will come searching for you for what you've done or for what you can accomplish for somebody else. So create your own net worth. You can buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. We already had this one. Your greatness is proportional to your trials, crises, and tribulations. Well, you can find this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Stop working for Uncle Sam. This is one of the books on finances, and it teaches you how to get rid or get delivered from the system of the world that wants to entice you to a salary. Well, before reading this book, don't stop working. Just read it, follow the principles, and I promise you, if you do if you just follow and apply the principles, you will get wealthy, really. And you want to get wealthy because when God needs you to do something, you need to be free to go. I know that to many of you, God is telling you to go to Nigeria to be part of the National Transformation Project. But if you are stuck to your mortgage, stuck to your salary, you can't go. So you need to know how to get delivered from it. And this book has a lot of principles. I read it. I'm also busy to get rid of serving this Uncle Sam. So if you want to be part of it, buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. And money won't make you rich. I think that the title itself says it. It's not about having a lot of money. You can earn $5,000 or euros or whatever valuta there might be. You can earn a lot of money, but if you don't know the laws of finances, you won't get wealthy, and money will go away. Money follows the laws and principles. And this whole book, with this book, the principles he has written in this book, he has been able to raise 200 millionaires, and you can be one of them for the kingdom. So money won't make you rich. You can find this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. You are born to make your nation great. This book deals about a personal responsibility for your nation. We got to be personal responsible for the whole nation. If you see something that's not good in this nation, you need to feel the responsibility to solve it. And I read this book as well, and it talks about, are you a problem converter, someone who solves problems, or are you a problem compounder, someone who only complains about problems, but doesn't do anything? You don't need to be in government to solve a problem. You can govern without being a politician. So principles are in this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Go buy your copy. So if you have not bought or read not one book of Dr. Sunday, personally, I advise you to buy this book first. Who Am I? When I come here, I always bring a copy for a friend of mine, for another friend of mine, just someone. I bless someone with this book. And after reading this book, I always get testimonies how people find their purpose and their calling. And, you know, you need to know why you live. You need to know why God created you. And I came to know why God created me after reading this book and after following Dr. Sunday. And I want the same for you. So if you want to know who you are, if you want to know what your purpose is, what your calling is, why God created you, how specific and intentionally God made you, buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. This one as well. And the next book is How to Transform a Nation Through the Power of Faith. We can accomplish a lot with our faith. We're made to live by faith. That's what the Bible tells us. And you can use your faith to get a nice car, to get a nice house. But why not use your faith to do the very thing God created us to do, to change and transform our nation? If you want to know how you can change your nation, if you want to know how you can change Nigeria for the kingdom, you need to buy this book. We can change together, but also individually. You can change your nation through the power of faith. So buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Wow. The role of elites, is it maybe? Can someone help me? How do you say? Elites. Okay, I'm learning. The role of elites in national transformation. If you want to know more about this topic, you need to buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Don't eat tomorrow's food today. You know, when we get our money, we do a lot of things with it, but we don't think about the future. We don't think about, hey, how can I multiply this money? How can I multiply my finances? But we just waste everything. And this book teaches you how to secure your future, your finances for tomorrow, and how to get out of debt. It has a lot of principles to save money and to create money for the future. So don't eat your tomorrow's food today. And you know what? I guess a whole chapter, or at least a paragraph, deals with don't spend money on people you don't know and people who don't care. That's a takeaway for today. Just only for that statement, you need to buy this book. You really need to if you want to get your finances in order, buy this book. Don't eat tomorrow's food today. When to pray, when not to pray, and when to stop praying. I know a lot of Christians. I am a Christian for many, many years, and I prayed a lot. And what were my results? Nothing. But when I met Dr. Sunday, he taught me to go take action and go take my nation, and now I see the results. So prayer, why should you pray? I can give you one key. Prayer is to have a personal relationship first, not in the first place to get things or to get results. Real results you get by action. So this book, in a lot of pages, in 100 somewhat pages, it teaches you when to pray, when not to pray, and when to stop praying. So you'll be amazed about what you will read in this book. I encourage you to buy it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Did you know that you can predict your life? Your life is not based on faith or how do you call it? Faith, just because you're born, and you know, if you were born in with a golden spoon in your mouth, then you're lucky. No, you can predict your own life. You can predict your own future. That means that we don't need to depend on prophets or prophecies. Good that there are prophets and prophecies, but you know, you can be the prophet of your own life by following the principles based according to God's word. And Dr. Sunday has proved it in his own life, and as you can see, many of us has proved it already, and you can predict your own life. So go buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. So, discovering the purpose and calling of nations. I didn't know that God was so intentional that every purpose of every nation has a purpose. For when God made something, he always has the end goal in mind. And it's with your life, but also with your nation. And we know that we're busy with a project. We're transforming Nigeria. We're transforming nations. And if you want to transform a nation, you need to know what the purpose of the nation is. So if you want to know what the purpose of Nigeria is, you need to buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Could you be the Abraham of your nation? So I've heard many, many teachings and many, many preachings about, Father Abraham, about his faith and his friendship with God. But nobody ever told me that Abraham was called to be a father of nations. And this book deals a lot about it. And not only that Abraham was a father of nations, but that the same principle and the same, how do you call it? The same thing that God said to Abraham is also for us. We are supposed to be fathers of nations, pastors of nations. So if you wanna know how you could be the Abraham of your nation, I encourage you to go buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. So, where there is a problem, there is money. I already told you a couple of times that we don't need to get away from problems. We need to go to the problems. So if you find a problem and you solve it, people want to pay you for them. If you solve a problem, people will start coming and people will start coming and coming and coming, and you put your price on it. So this book teaches you how to find the problem, solve them, and create wealth with it. So go buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Am I a person? Am I a personality? You were not born just to be a mere mortal and just to live a normal life, make hits and watch TV and then die. No, you have a purpose and you're supposed to be a personality. So if you want to know more about this, you go find this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Are we still excited here? Yes, good. How to become great through time conversion. We need to be conscious with our time. What do we do with our time? Everything we do, when we pray, when we're busy with a project, everything we do, we need to convert it in something tangible, and we need to do it with good time management. So, how to become great through time conversion. Go buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. The mountain of ignorance. Well, we dealt a lot about that today. Satan is not our problem. Satan has been defeated long time ago. You know what our problem is? Ignorance. And we need to get knowledge. We need to get light. So if you want to have more light in your life, buy this book. You can find it on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Insulted by ungodliness. Well, we need to change our nation. And God needs to be part of our nation. And you know how God will be part of your nation? When you express God wherever you are. So if you want to know more about this topic, buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books. Another financial book, how to build a secure financial future. I want to have a secure financial future so that I will be able to yeah, these are my jeans. Yeah, but this is fashion. So, but I want to have wealth to be able to do the kingdom work. So, if you want to know more about this, if you want to know how to build a secured financial future for your life and for your generation, I encourage you to go buy this book on Amazon.com or Okada Books.
Okay, let's put our hands together and welcome DSA as we start the last section of History Makers Training.
Okay, what's the topic we have for tonight? Okay, here we go. Put off the light. How to build a developed and civilized nation through value systems. So let's explore value system. This is continuing where Dr. Anu stopped. Okay, here we go.
How to build a developed and civilized nation through value systems.
Okay.
Believe that there is a God who will hold all people accountable for their actions.
Okay.
Believe that God approves of several character traits related to work and productivity, truthfulness, private ownership of property.
Okay.
Believe that there are both good and evil in every human heart.
Okay.
Believe that individuals are responsible for their actions.
Okay.
Individual freedom. No discrimination against people on the basis of race, gender, or religion.
These are all value systems. What I'm going to do this session is just to give you all a list of beliefs or values that you can use to change. Because some people are saying, okay, I will go into any sphere of society. What values should come there? What are the values we could use to change a society? I'm just giving you a list of all values that you can propagate. Okay, go ahead.
No discrimination against people on the basis of race, gender, or religion.
And if you notice, all these values that we are talking about, they could be accepted by most people in the world, if not everybody. Because they are not religious, they are not for Christians or Muslims, or they are just middle of the road values. For society, not religious, or for society.
Honor marriage between one man and one woman.
Of course, the gays will be against that, but we are not working by their agenda, we work by God's agenda.
Permanency of marriage, low divorce rate. Human beings are more important than all other creatures on the earth.
Well, some people find their dogs more important, but they will have a challenge with that. But
the earth is here for the use and benefit of human beings.
Okay.
Economic development leads to excellent standard of living.
Okay.
The earth's resources will never be exhausted.
Yep, because God has made provision for that.
Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Mahatma Gandhi. The earth is orderly and subject to rational investigation.
The investigation in the sense that research.
The earth is a place of opportunity.
Okay.
Time is linear, and therefore there is hope for improvement in the lives of human beings and nations. Time is a valuable resource and should be used wisely. You will never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. A widespread desire to improve on life, to do better, to innovate, and to become more productive. Open to change, and people therefore work to solve problems and make things better. Honor to productive work.
Honor productive work without talk.
Honor productive work. The best social program is a productive job for anyone who's willing to work. Honor economically productive people, companies, No, honor to
Honor economically
honor
productive
economically productive
Without
people, companies, inventions, and careers. Business owners and workers provide customers with things of value for which they will then be paid according to that value.
Yep.
High value on savings in contrast to spending.
These are things we can use for government, you know. These are values that will make any society, you know, to be healthy.
Don't tell me what you value. Show me your budget, and I will tell you what you value. Joe Biden. Mutual gains come from voluntary exchanges, and therefore a business deal is good if it brings benefit to both buyer and seller.
It's called win-win.
Yeah. Knowledge from any source and makes it widely available.
Yeah, get knowledge from every source and make it. Yeah.
A highly trained workforce.
Yeah, these are values that will make your society developed.
Rational basis for knowledge and recognized channels for spreading and testing knowledge. Turn knowledge into action. Humble willingness to learn from others, from other people, other nations, and members of other religions.
Beautiful.
The world is giving you answers each day. Learn to listen. The purpose of government is to serve the nation and bring benefit to the people as a whole. Government should punish evil and promote good. Patriotism and a sense of national identity and purpose. Patriotism consists not in waving the flag, but in striving that our country shall be righteous as well as strong. Family, friends, and joy in life as more important than material wealth. Spiritual well-being and a relationship with God as more important than material wealth. Identifying 20 national values of Nigeria: patriotism, obedience, honor, service, love, strength, freedom, peace, truth, unity, justice, development, progress, honesty, diligence, peace, and faith.
And I understand that Anu has given you this, right? Or he didn't? He didn't. Okay, don't worry. He just showed us the list, but he didn't go through it. Okay. So the question then will be to you all: how do we inculcate? You remember the principles we gave? What will be the strategies? These are the 20 national values for Nigeria that, according to the historic documents of Nigeria, so a national anthem and everything. So how do you now inculcate this into the mindset and everyday running of the country? Do you people remember? Do you know? Okay. Okay, but we're going to still discuss this. But let me find out from you. What do you want? Do you want us to continue the practical discussion like this, or you want me to give you another topic? Because I quickly rushed through this just to find out what you want. Because today is the last one day. You know, so today is it. Huh? The other topic, I have many. You know, I gave you many. What are the other topics we have there? Glavny suit, prosta, of concern. For example, how to take responsibility for your nation. How to build a civilized and true purpose and vision. Through how to build a developed country through others. I mean, we already did that last time. Nigeria as a case study, but there are so many to, you will never go through all of them anyway. So let's discuss this. Let's just discuss. Yeah, let's just discuss. So this 20 national, let's talk obedience. Obedience. How can one make Nigerian people obedient people? That people who are not rebellious, people who are obedient to the law. Because right now we are unruly people. Nigerians don't obey the laws. That's just a fact. We have to face it. So how do we make, but even though this is our national value, it's supposed to be a national value, but it's not being propagated. Nobody even knows. Nobody Nigerian will tell you. If you go to a Nigerian and say, give us 2 or 3 national values, nobody will tell you. They don't even know what they are. And this is one. So how do we inculcate obedience into the mindset, in the culture of our people? How do we do that? Okay, who wants to say? Pastor Perry, will you give me the microphone?
In educating people, in showing the benefits of obedience, then in reinforcing the law, in
So you are advocating both propagation and legislation.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
reinforcing the law, and not only punish the transgressor, but reward the most obedient, to show the benefits of obedience, to be positive in the way we educate people,
That is propagation,
Yeah.
education and propagation, and then also
reinforcing the law.
legislation. Okay. Now, strength. Nigerians, I think that we don't have problem with strength. Yeah? But it's like that one is there. What about honor? Yorubas have that, but it's been abused a little bit. But now, I don't know, it's more subservience that we have rather than honor. But let's say it's there. At least it's better than most places. Now, what about unity? That's a challenge. That's a big one, yeah. And I wrote a book, The Danger of Monoculturalism. You have an idea? Yes. Okay, let's give him the microphone.
The idea is that maybe we can imagine to, let's say, to put some of the value in the same bucket.
Okay.
And then after insert it in the field that they all can work in the same field. For example, honor, obedience, and let's say unity and diligence.
Put them in groups.
Yeah, put them in a group, and let's say like in some program, even if in the work, in certain area, we can insert it
I
like
see.
a criteria of notation, even of the progression of people in the work, according to these different values. And then the boss and with other person can at the end of the month, for example, or the year, mark that in this case, in this about this person is obedience, and then the person also can check and can ask why you don't mark me good in obedience, what I have done, and something like this. So according
Beautiful.
to different.
Good strategy. So that is like, it's more like reward and punishment, or reward and penalty.
Yes, it's reward, as Pastor Pierre said, reward and penalty, but we because there are a lot, we cannot follow them one.
Put them in groups.
Yes, put them in group, and according to the domain.
Since they are 20, we could have 4 groups, 5 in each group, or 4 in 5 groups, and put them in the one that is closer together. Right. Beautiful, beautiful. I already arranged them like that. I have them in groups too. Yes, ma'am.
Or maybe we can group them into 2, so that there will be the one that will be for propagation, and then the one that will be for both. Like
Yeah, not all
love.
of them could be punished, right?
Yeah, not all of them. And the one that we need to educate them, give them right values, like love, peace, how to just, those are good values that they don't need to be, if they have right values, they don't have to be punished for that.
Just propagation.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will have to come back and continue, because you didn't finish your assignment. Sir, yeah. Where are your books? You didn't finish reporting on them. Yeah, put on the light, please. Let him finish because he started talking on that faith, and we never move forward from faith. And we still need to hear the result of that born again. He is not PhD. They said he is. Yes.
Okay, I was talking about how to transform a nation through the power of faith. And one of the principal things that I learned was faith in myself. First, believing in myself, believing in the potentials that God has put inside of me and my ability to bring them out. I believe with that faith I have in myself, when I see problems in my society, I don't run, close my eyes or blame the government.
Wait. I'm going to be grilling you and I'm going to be helping you, all right? And helping everybody that is listening to me. So you read a book, just one book, which is, show it to our audience. It's called?
How to Transform a Nation Through the Power of Faith.
Okay, How to Transform a Nation Through the Power of Faith. Now, in that book, you said that book has impacted you or changed you.
Yes, it has impacted me.
It has given you a particular value, which is one of the 20 values we are talking about, faith.
Yes.
Faith in yourself, and faith in the future, faith in God, faith in many things. So, but most importantly, faith in yourself. So, the question I want to ask is this. What are our emphasis in churches or in families? If you are just getting that now, what were you are in church and you are in your home families, what are the emphasis? What were the values that were, for example, when I got to Nigeria one time, I discovered that everybody were paying a lot of attention to greeting me. Akao, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. I said, I don't need you to greet. I need you to do something. For example, somebody is, seeing me do things, or maybe he said, yes, sir. Yes, Akao, sir. I don't need you to say Akao, sir. You see, if I'm not even doing something, you see the place, the whole place untidy, untidy, and everything messed up. You don't honor me by greeting me. I need you to go and fix your environment, your own environment, go. Not my own. Fix it. I don't know what you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. For example, I need I need help, or I need to do something, but somebody comes and say, hey, sir, yes, sir. What is that? So what is that all about? Is our culture, is it emphasizing great? What does that great? What is that supposed to mean?
It's false honor.
Subservience.
False honor.
You are better than me. If I greet you, you might.
Please give him the mic. Well, give her the microphone. You are. You can see it. You can see
okay.
it.
It means you are better than me. You are elevated, and I'm down. So if I greet you and I show you enough salutation, you might favor me. You might remember me in your kingdom. You might just be my.
But that is a problem, because that means that people are expecting other people to do for them something.
Yes.
It's always external.
Yes.
It's never inside.
Because
it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be from me inside. God is in me. The kingdom of God is in me. So it's supposed to be. My life depends on what God has put in me and what I do with it. It's not about me, expecting somebody to do anything for me.
But they have been made powerless by the message they listen to or they have been preached to. You can't do that. You need me. You need me, the man of God, to pray for you, to intercede for you before you can make it. Yeah? The message is always such that it's elusive, something far away, very far. You can't attain it.
What is far? Success?
Your ability to hammer, make it in life.
What is hammer? PhD will explain to me.
Say you don't hammer means you have succeeded in the eyes of the world on all corners, in every area. Like you've arrived that level of
Elevation.
prestige, recognition. You've achieved, you've been able to
But the
distinguish
best, maybe
yourself.
it's a good idea that maybe you could bless me or you could be a blessing to me. But that doesn't come just by greeting. What is that? If I see that you have something great and I know that you could benefit me, I want to go and help you. I want to go and give you a service. I want to offer you a service. I want to come to you with proposals and say, okay, what do you need, sir? I have this idea that could help you, benefit you. I have that idea that could help you do what you want to do. Or what are these other things that you need? I've come to you with 3, 4, 5 ideas that could help you to do what you are doing better. I'm coming to serve you with my ideas, with my skills, with my expertise. I also have this other expertise, this other expertise, this expertise. So instead of me to say, what does that? What will benefit me if you will come and say, I can help you to do this, I can help you to do this. Then I want you to hang out around me. Then I can give you my platform. Then I can be a blessing to you.
They've been doing that to their pastors now, and they've not been giving that result. So, with the religion, nothing is predictable. That's why the LSI is to know maybe to touch a key in your heart that will bring out results.
Okay,
yeah, nothing is
mercy,
predictable.
like mercy, pity.
Nothing is predictable. In
So
the
that is actually trying to target my emotions.
Yes.
Or sympathy, empathy, or favor. But do you get the technicality of what I said, that I come with proposals?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, get the mic. But what?
I understand, but looking back from where I was coming from,
Yes.
somebody of my caliber in Nigeria, I was working in a very good company. I'm not expecting money from you.
Yes.
I can be doing SI, and carrying your Bible and following, but I'm not expecting. What I would like is, maybe you lay hands on me, and all of a sudden I get a $1 billion contract. That's what someone like me. I'm not expecting money. I'm expecting you to say, "Oh yeah, come. I will kneel down. Receive it. By next week, you are going to hammer." And I will just say, "Amen, amen." And I will go home and I will start my fast. I'm not going to my drawing book. I'm not writing anything. I'll just keep praying and believing.
Thank you for telling me this.
I'll just keep praying and believing and just expect
you are helping
next
me.
week it to come. Next week it will come.
No, you mean it?
Yes, that's what I'm expecting, because I don't want money from you.
Thank you. Now I understand why God is keeping me here. Yes. Because I wouldn't have even know how mind of people. Yes. Do you understand what he's saying?
Yes. That's how it works.
They understand though?
It's normal. It's our normal way of thinking.
Do you understand that too?
It's not strange to all of us.
Everywhere it happened to me. I do it this morning to you. When I came down and I said, yes, I'll come, bow down to you. And I made a kind of action this morning to indicate this.
Yeah, because
to
you are
indicate
telling,
that's that has been my experience for
but
years.
I would not even know what you want. For me, it's just
No,
strange.
you would not know, but applying myself to it is to demonstrate this have been my experience.
They put
for
you
years,
in that,
waiting for that change. That change is gonna come.
because now that you are saying that, I've gone to Nigeria so many times. And I've had people who are successful, yes, who don't need money from me, doing that, servitude like that. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But I don't know what they want.
Just lay hands.
Hey.
Just lay hands and say the word. Just lay hands and say the word. Next week, you will hammer.
Do you know about it, eh? The same?
Sir, when you say that, that's the best gift. It's more than $1 million. Just saying that.
Do you know, are you aware of this thing I say? All of you know this thing, no?
Yes.
You people do it?
Yes. I did it.
No, but let me call. But you never heard of that, Abi? Come, you come. You people never know about that. You come. Yeah. Where is that? Even you are surprised that I'm surprised.
It's normal. It's normal.
It's normal.
It's normal. All of what, even the ones in diaspora, it's normal. It's not just Nigerians back home. It's our normal expectation.
Have you ever had anything like that before?
No, it's the first time I've heard about it. Yes, and
First time.
Yeah, first time.
Are you surprised that they all know about it?
And I'm very surprised that every one of you know about it, but we Ukrainians, we don't know. We just
You had that before?
we just don't understand.
I did in one of your programs. Someone spoke about this.
Bring close.
Someone told this, and because I mentioned everything, so I heard it, and it was a little bit strange for me. So how do you, by saying yes sir, hello sir, you know, sir, your book sir, your Bible sir, you are not humbling yourself. You are унижаешь.
You are reducing
You're
yourself.
reducing yourself in front of other human being.
Another human being.
For me, it's no. It's I'm just explaining my view.
Go.
There is no man of God. You are man of. I'm woman
No
of God.
man of God.
This is how we grow.
Yeah.
Pastor is man of God. I am
I
a woman
am,
of
yes.
God. Sorry. There is no.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
You see, maybe. Sorry, I didn't finish yet.
Yeah.
Thank you. And when I see things like this, it's you know, I understand that Nigeria has slave mentality. This is what you have, and you want to take something for nothing. This is the second thing I see in this situation. What can I see?
You want to get anointing for nothing.
Yes, exactly. So first thing, and the second thing, the third thing, you don't know who you are because you are reducing yourself to the level. You don't know who you are. This is why you bow down before the other human being. I understand.
Like you.
Okay, I understand. When in your country, people bow down before the old, you know, men
Old
and women.
people,
Okay, this is
Okay.
respect, honor, respect. It's okay, but why? And the human being, which is Geo or someone like this, Bishop, he can just even not to mention. You see, you are there. What do you want? So what kind of anointing do you want? I don't know. You don't understand. And the next thing I see in this situation, that you don't know that you are already anointed. You are already anointed. Why do you think that someone has to lay hands on you for you to be anointed? And the next thing I see in it, that you took your GO for God. I can see many things in one situation when I see.
You know, it's so good the way you are saying it, because you are saying it from another perspective.
Because it's very strange.
It's very strange.
It's abnormal, not normal.
You see?
Not
so that is
normal.
the way I am feeling now. But thank God that somebody who don't know what you are talking about, they are telling you, you know, this thing you are saying now, it could set my whole country free.
Wow.
I don't know, maybe you should do a teaching on it. Yes, please sit down and make them one point by the other, so that people will see how it looks from somebody from beside. So that, I mean, he is talking about himself who doesn't need money. He has a good job. He's doing well financially. He doesn't need money, but he's still doing it.
He's still, why?
Why? Prince of life.
But
he is self-sufficient. He is okay. He's in good company out there, but he's still doing it. Even people who are successful, people who are supposed to be grown up, they are still subservient.
It's you know, it's made me cry now, you are not self-sufficient then. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because you can be self-sufficient in a way, in a case of money, in this case, your job, your everything. But as soon as you see another man, I've
who
got
is
a
bigger?
say, who is not bigger actually, pastor.
Yeah, but who he thinks is bigger.
He thinks. So this is thinking then, the way of thinking. As we know, everything starts from thinking, so just know who you are. We don't know.
But when I talk like this, some people might think that I am proud. I'm the one who is now proud. And I'm saying to disrespect other people. But thank God that you from other culture, you could tell us so that, because they are thinking, are you the only one who know? Are you thinking you know more than anybody else? So that's what they are telling me now. But I want to tell them, no, other people are normal. In other places, it's not like that. You don't have to be like this. That to you Nigerians, it's like it's okay because that's what you are exposed to. Because everybody is telling you that's okay. But that doesn't mean it's okay.
And you know, it's so sad, it's so sorry. And this is the way of thinking of whole nation.
Not that great, not that great.
Of whole nation. It's not few people, it's whole nation.
Yeah.
So you guys think that the world разделен?
Yeah, it's divided.
Divided for two kinds of people. The ones who deserve something.
Who deserve something. Mm-hmm.
And the ones who are not. The ones who are blessed and the ones who are not.
Yes,
The ones who as Ukrainians.
Who are exceptional.
Who are exceptional and the ones who are not. The ones whom got kissed when they was born. Yes. Kiss. You know, the very first seconds you coming from your mouth. This is what I see. This is the madness. This is craziness. This is, you know, this is not. It's not anomalic sins. And it put you in the 15th century, guys. You are now 21st century now. It's not 15. It's not 15. This is Greek, sorry, because I spoke with. It's not 15. Now it's 21st century. So many sins. But okay, we can laugh now. But it's sad. It's very sad. And the woman, when I see this woman, I just.
Satan just used religion to destroy them.
I just want to take something.
The pastors and beat
go
them up.
Beat everybody there, you know, in this Nigeria, this
African countries.
Yes, and also this amount of people who think they are gods. Let's say this because they think so. They know how. There is, for example, 19% those who are slaves, and 10% in Nigeria, as I say, and 10%
the gods,
the
small
gods,
gods,
the gods, you know, the gods. Who says so? So there is families of gods because the son of pastor became God.
The son of the pastor.
Son of the God is God. Sorry, but you are who?
The son of the bishop, the son of the GO become God too,
but
and all other people remain slaves.
Because you are son of slave. You know, family
inheritance. Yeah.
Business. Okay. So.
But thank you so much for saying this. Thank you.
This I can say in any situation in your
your country.
Anything. This is for us. It's like madness, craziness.
What she's saying is absolutely right. Now, let me put it the other way.
Okay.
We grew up in that culture you just mentioned. Then some of us started knowing God for ourselves. And God started speaking to us that you're my child. There is no difference.
Okay.
And when we now hear a pastor want to lord it over us, and we say, no, you can't do that. They will say you're rebellious. That's why I can no longer fit in the church.
And majority will support them, not you.
You have backsliding. I could no longer fit in. So I stepped out. I'm okay.
And even your friends will say you are the one.
Yeah. you're the one.
Even
that's
your
wrong.
own family will
Immediately,
say,
if immediately I discovered who I was in Christ, I discovered that I'm a child of God. I have value.
Everybody will
because
be
you're a
against
pastor,
that.
you have no right to talk down on me. You didn't die for my salvation. You're not Jesus.
But not many people can talk boldly.
No,
like
but
that.
not exactly. So I'm telling you, that's where I come from. That's not where I am. And before I even met DSA, I started changing. If you come and tell me, I'll say, please, are you sure God said there are different graces? Maybe it's not my own. Then they say you're rebellious, that you're not obedient. I say, if that's what you think, then that's your cup of tea. But people that talk like this can't fit in.
Yeah, they don't like them.
You can no longer fit in. And so many people don't want to
that
pay the
is why,
price of separating themselves.
You understand?
Yeah.
So some people get there,
Yes.
but because they will be chased about.
Yes.
They say go and start your church or your own church or get out of
No,
here.
first of all, they talk to your husband. Then the husband might, if he feels he can't talk to you, he calls your mother or your father. By the time they put pressure
Everywhere from every side.
and before you can even get to where I was, you have to be self-sufficient. You no longer depend on anybody for your finance. You no longer depend on anybody to make your decision. And sometimes you might have passed through enough trials to know that if I could survive this, man, what else can't I survive?
But not too many people
Not
are
many
strong
people.
like that.
Then when you now get to that point, it will take, you have to also separate yourself from your parents. And let them know, you cannot be you cannot be remote
for you
controlling
to
me.
do to what you are saying, see what it's going to cost her.
Yes.
The loss of the parents, separation from even from
Your
your
brothers
husband.
and sisters.
But
everybody.
especially for women, it's husband.
Yes.
Your husband will side
have
with
to
your
take
pastor, not with you.
Absolutely. Till tomorrow. Till tomorrow.
Everybody will be against you.
Everybody.
It's like you are being isolated and being.
And not a lot of people can face this. I could face it because I already encountered having a special need child. I knew what it is to take her from down here and bring her up here. So I said, oh my goodness, if I could do this, what else can't I do? What else can't I, if I can pass through this fire, what else can't I go through? Then I said, it started opening my eyes.
So
oh
it's
my
a
goodness.
high price for them because the culture is supporting the oppression.
Yes.
So the next thing you had to do, I understand that in this
Okay.
situation, you had to build your will.
Yes.
Willpower?
Your willpower.
Yes.
Because, and you had to build your inner man.
Inner strength.
Inner strength, you know. So, for you to be able to say, okay, this is my decision, this is my opinion, but for you to have your decision, your opinion, you have to have your own right of will. You know, how do you see this world? Worldview. Yes, but this can cost you maybe 1 year, but you had to sit down to build it. Yeah. Yes, to build it, and then you can just come and, you know, guys.
And the first time,
Excuse me, what do you want?
Yeah.
You wanted to say something? And the first time, can you imagine your whole family being against you? Can you imagine your sisters
not
and your
brothers
brothers?
and
Who do you think you are?
Including brothers and sisters.
What are you? Yes. Who do you think you are? Do you think who? You said?
She
Of
passed
course.
through it. Yes.
That's my
She's
life.
talking about herself.
That's my life.
She's not
Who do
just
you think
saying
you are?
something.
No.
yeah.
I'm not saying that. I decided that
She
if you
passed
are
through
not
it.
coming with me, I will go alone. If you don't want to step forward, I will go by myself. I've tasted God for myself, so I cannot go back. And you don't want to leave what you. Oh, I'm fine. Stay there. Enjoy the moment. I will step forward. Probably you might change your mind and come join me later. So it was not a funny thing. For years, I stopped taking calls.
But many women, what will you tell women who are afraid of losing their, because in Nigeria, losing your family, your husband, or your family, that you might end up in divorce, is the fear of women. Women don't want to lose, because their parents will tell them they are failures, that you have left your children without a father, you are divorced, that your husband will tell you that you are a failure. They don't blame the husband in Nigeria for marriage failure. Yes.
And another thing,
So how will you help those ones who are now there now? Because I know for sure on the platform that there are people who are in that stage we are talking now, but they are afraid that they don't want to be blamed that they have, that they don't listen to their husbands. They have to listen so that they will hold the family together.
Okay, because as I said, I already had a special need child that, okay, let's go back. I found first time I couldn't fit in. You know, there are some women, something. I never really fitted in because when they are talking, what they are saying doesn't make sense to me. Then having the special need child made me, I had to distance myself from a lot of things. And I had to count the cost. Okay, you won't talk to me. Or you see me somewhere, you won't greet me. I was fine with that. You get that kind of thing. So everybody's situation is different. But one thing I know is that the Bible says that for the kingdom of God, you might need to lose your father, your mother, your brothers, your sisters, for the kingdom's sake. And for those that do that, in this life, God will reward you as well. So it's for you to count the cost. So it's for you to decide what is best for you. So I can't make a decision for everybody. Some people cannot do without talking to their mother. But for years, I stopped taking my mother's call until you can respect me as a human being.
Because they are controlling you with your parents.
If you can respect me as a human being, why would I continue that? All brothers and sisters, so it's different for everybody. But one thing I always say, if what you're doing is working for you, continue. If it is no longer working, it's time to go back to the drawing board and think about it.
Okay, thank you.
So she's not just talking theory.
Yes.
She's not talking theory. She knows the price it takes to pray.
Yes. So the next thing then to solve is this family issue and the pressure through a woman.
Yes.
Okay? Because your family is not your God too. Sorry. And this is the next thing.
Yeah, but thank God, I don't know how she came to that. She said she had her own experience, how God relieved her from it. But I want to talk from the position of average family in Nigeria. Yeah, it's very difficult to do what she has done. But that is a very strong point you made now. I never saw it that way.
About family.
Yeah, because you said something now. That your family is not your God. People don't even think in that level.
But it is God in Nigeria, and children is
God
in your country too. Children. If you don't have children, you are not a woman.
Yes.
This is what I say.
Yes.
As I heard some few things, it's and you know what? And they don't.
So I want to underline for people to hear that what Tatiana just said is bold position to say that in Nigeria. Bold. But like I said, you have to go and make a note, and maybe you will teach this one day when we get to Nigeria, that your family is not your God. I don't know not many people who can say that. In Africa, to say, do anything you want, go away. You are not my God. For your family, to your family, it's like finish. Kaput.
Like Hitler kaput is kaput.
It's like kaput.
Kaput.
Finish. I don't know many people can do that. I don't know many people can do that. And the next thing you said also is that children is not your God.
This is so.
Even Jerry, I don't think, even Grace, I don't think she will be able to.
No, I don't understand. I came to a point where let me tell you. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, God. See, this thing, I calculated it like a mathematical equation. When my father died, I knew how long it took for them to eat down the wealth he created. If not that he invested in real estate, there would have been more trouble. Okay? So I said, okay, my daddy died, it took so. One of my sisters died. She was still forgotten. So if I keep on doing, say, I will do only, I know what God has told me to do, I won't do it, and I'll be doing what everybody wants me to do. The day I kaput, give them small time, they will forget me. So what? So why would I
Beautiful.
please them, displease
Beautiful.
myself,
Wow.
and displease God?
Yeah, those are the things we want to hear now. No. But those are the things we want to wait. Those are the things we want to hear, so that people who are listening could say, "What are the strengths?
Okay.
What are the things she's thinking about? What got her there?"
Okay. I was not always. I've never, like, physically. I don't contest for physical strength, but I just reason.
Okay, what argument, you know, that is a good argument concerning family.
Yeah.
But what argument can one use when in a culture where you are nobody, your husband is everything? And your husband, you know that is telling you, leading you another direction.
Okay, wait.
He's telling you to, you know the will of God, you know what is right, but you cannot because the culture, he will go and report you to this, he will go and...
If you don't have your own source of income,
don't
try this. They say there's some advice. They say don't try this at home. Don't. If you don't have your, if you're not,
so you should be independent financially, even from.
Okay, and how God does things is small. God will tell you to leave this. It could be as small as stop talking to that friend that gossips all the time. Even though you akbo, you have known her since when you came out of your mother's womb. It's painful. But you said, okay, she has decided, you've invited her to come along with you on this journey. She's not bulging. You gather the strength and kiss her goodbye. Not physically, but, psychologically. And you stepped forward.
No, but you made a good point. So a woman has to be independent financially.
Self-sufficient.
I mentioned that when I was doing the series on family.
And most people will not let you. Most people will let you be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Most people will not let you be self-sufficient.
Is it Europe that helped you?
No. It's about when I immediately left secondary school. Before I was schooling and working because of my daddy's influence. So I've always been financially independent. So I've always known what it is to make my own decision over my finance and all that. So it helps. A lot of people are in certain position because, how will I put it this way? Okay, let me give you a typical example. A man buys a land and tell you, we're building family house on it. Okay? So you invest all you have in that house. Because you are over-invested, you can't even think straight anymore to say, okay, certain things are not right because you've over-invested. Okay, if you say, what will you say? Will you say, I will pluck out my house? The land is not yours. So, number one thing, that's part of the teaching I want to do. Well, number one thing, some people don't know when they are being roped in. But we're family.
So, but is it not the same thing then that Redeemed Church is doing when they make you to go and build a house in the camp, and then you cannot uproot the house? And when you leave the church, you have to leave the house. That's what I heard now.
I didn't even know that was
yes, so it's the same strategy.
Exactly.
So they will say, come and build in the camp, come and build. But when you leave the church, you don't have the right to take the house. So you have to leave the house.
There was a post I did on Facebook. I said, when you are no longer able to think for yourself and ask questions, you have been reduced to an animal. Some people will bombard you so much that you can't even think. You can't take out time to think straight. Is this thing I'm doing, is it working out? Is it working? Is it favoring the both of us? Is it, be creative and
it's true, but women don't even think so much.
That's it. Women don't think.
Some of them will even say, let my husband think about that.
This thing is deeper than you think. This is deeper than you think. So that's why I said, as people, that's number one, develop yourself. As you develop yourself, God will order your step. God will tell you the right things to do. God will lead you and guide you. But whatever you're doing at this moment, and you no longer have peace, think about it. That's the only thing I'll say. Think about it.
Thank you so much. So let's go back to you again. So you said, even though, because in Nigeria, you will see a bank, when I went to Nigeria, somebody was an owner of a bank owner. They were telling me, he's the one to drive you this week. So, and the pastor was very good. I have 3 bankers in my church. This one is the one to drive you. He has a driver, but he will be using his car to drive you. And it was a big deal as a bank owner. So I was thinking, what does he want? And they'll be carrying your bag, they'll be carrying all those things. I'll just, thank you.
Should have laid hands, sir. You didn't lay hands.
Okay.
That was the point. In short, I'm sure that guy would have left there. He would have felt disappointed. He would have. Yeah. Maybe you go and sit on your seat when you leave.
But he was really expecting for me to.
He was expectant. That's why he's doing all. The best thing you could do was the prayers.
How will you know? No, you are just thinking, people are kind or they are just good.
Yes, this thing is part of our cell. It's part of our body. When she was talking, I was like, we grew up. Like when you grew up inside darkness. It's.
Thank God I was never belonging to the church in Nigeria. God just saved me. I got born again 6 months. Later, I left the country. I was never a church member. Just got born again, not even in church, just watching television. Then I found the church. I was trying to go there for 3 months. I couldn't qualify to become church member. And God was saving me. So I was never exposed to all these things you were.
You were never exposed to it. Our brain, our mind is filled with. Our mind is filled with a lie. And we believe it. We love it.
So people in church who are doing well, what favor are they looking for? What kind of favor is that?
Better money, bigger money.
Okay.
Maybe
not
contract.
Even for the kingdom.
Not the king. You are born again. Yeah, you are born again.
So
you
they are not
church.
thinking about kingdom.
No, you are washing the toilet in the church. You are cleaning the church. That is service for the kingdom. That's why we come to service. That is why we come to service. You clean the chair, you wash the toilet. God is happy. You clean the floor.
See what he's saying,
Anyway, that was then. Now it's different.
No, but people are still doing it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where we are. 6 a.m. you wake up, you do it.
Are you serious?
Yes. 4 a.m. on Sunday morning.
No, you are not serious.
Even in Maryland, I was
No, it's not
Maryland.
possible.
In Maryland, I was there.
Don't they have cleaners and other sweepers who will do that?
No, which cleaner and sweeper? How will I receive from God?
Okay.
How will I receive from God?
So you think if you go and do that, you will receive from God?
Yes, that's the only way I can receive from God.
Is it true?
Yes, I'm not lying.
You might not know about that, or you know about it. That is your. Okay, people think.
Yeah, by doing that, God will be happy. Then I'll be able to. He will bless me with a better job or with more contracts and with all that. So I do that with more zest.
No, but I'm sure even in those churches, some people have done that and have lost their job too.
Yes,
Yeah.
What the pastor?
So what would they now say in that case?
You don't have faith.
Whoa!
You don't have faith. You don't have faith.
You don't have faith.
Yes. You don't have faith. If you had faith, you will know that your faith was not strong enough. So when there's a mistake, it's your fault.
When there is a mistake,
it's your fault. Or when it doesn't work, it's your fault.
This system is it's a wicked system.
It's a demonic one. It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's not predictable. No cause and effect.
It's a trap.
It can make people crazy now. Shideke.
You need to mask yourself, dress down like the federal, like when the CIA going in.
Yeah.
You just put on,
Secret detective.
Yes. We talk about spy already, so it's okay for you to get in. Just dress down and just get. Even you can buy a wig.
and paint my
and go in.
and go to
And just go in church and see they're gonna come and suck up unto you, and they're gonna be very nice, and they're gonna share all that you feel like they're truthful, that they're real, and they're not real, and they're gonna start to put you under surveillance, and they're gonna give you the extended question you, want your contact, everything, and then they start to feed off of you. So the only way you could actually know is being go like you're ignorant and just sit there. And I think that's what the pastor that was sitting in the back, he's going to go to the church where I used to go to.
Rory. He will go and disguise.
He's going to go disguise. He's just going to go and sit down. And it's going to reveal to him. Thank you.
Yes.
In Nigeria, you have this, because in the Congo or in South Africa, we have this mentally mindset of slavery. Means, for instance, when I met my wife, I was asking first of all, how much will it cost?
For what?
I mean, you do have this, you have to marry the lady, you have to pay something as a man. So this is one of a foundation, is making things very difficult. I think it's the same system. Like me, I ask my wife, if you have to marry me, what you want? I said, I should write to your parent, Johanna said, parent for what? For Western ladies, she said, for what? Because in our culture now, is if I ask the lady, I want to take care of as my wife, I need to ask a parent. So it's
which
like
is good,
selling.
But you don't take money though. Without money, should still write. You should still write to the parents to ask for their permission and blessing, but you don't, not for money, but just for respect.
You have to pay. It's very expensive. Nowadays, very expensive. That is also very big issue. You have to pay. It's expensive. And that means when you take the lady, she's in your control, under your control, under your system.
I just wanted to make a point about all what's happening in the church. In fact, all the system is based on a succession of wrong theologies. And it's exactly the same thing that happened with the Catholic Church before. There was
500 years ago.
Yes, a clericalism. And the bishops, you have to kiss them. You have to, even I read Martin Luther, the reformer. He writes to his superior, and he was analytical. He was giving critics. But before talking, he praised them. Oh, Your Excellence, please forgive me to have to write like this. I know all the good. And he a good message, 1 hour message before, telling him the truth. And I was shocked because the clergy was imposing on the people. They were superior to the people.
And we are now going there now in Africa.
Yes, in the same system and exactly the same mentality, the same system. But it's wrong. One of the first things the reformers have done is, I don't know in English, but it's the fact that every believer is a priest.
Yes.
The priesthood
of all believers.
Yes. So you have to get back to this theology, because all that mindset is based on a wrong theology. Priesthood, clergymen. Thank you.
Thank you for, you are, because, up to now, the last time I was in Nigeria was 10 years ago. And I started going to Nigeria after I left 30 years ago. I started going maybe after 10 years. But I went in total maybe 5 times. But I stopped going 10 years ago. But the 5 times I went, it remained with me in my mind. Why are they all greeting me like this? Why do they all want to take? I mean, I couldn't get answer till today. 15 years, I'm asking myself that question. Why? What is happening? I don't need you to greet me. And I can't answer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What? I don't need it. I need you to fix the country. I need you to fix the thing. I need you to do what it. I don't even need to know that you are fixing the line. Right. I don't need to know that you are doing anything. Why should you come and? I don't need it. Go and do what is necessary. I don't need to know about it.
Sir, and the church just converted a misconception in the culture into something religious. Because even the Agbero boys, even the conductors, when they are singing for the big men, it's the same thing. They want to kiss their foot so that one will say, oh yeah, walk by 10,000. As in, take this 10,000. I dash you with it. You go. It's still the same mindset, and it's because of the mental laziness of the people too. You know, you don't want to think for yourself. Everything just has to fall from somewhere. Everything has to be external. And that's exactly the impact that this book made. Because I see now that it's not external, it's internal. It's not external, it's internal. Everything is in me. The potentials, all the potentials I need in this life, it's all inside of me. Everything. All the problems that I will ever meet in this life, the solution is all inside of me. I knew that before, vaguely. But it makes sense now. As in, there's light, I can see it now. But we grew up in that slavery mentality. We grew up in that mentality to always look up to somebody. It's either the big man in the town, or the pastor, or the oba, or the bishop. It's that mentality.
What were you feeling when you had Tatiana?
Sad.
Yeah?
When I heard you...
You said the same word.
Yeah. When I heard
She said the same word, you said sad.
Sad. It's the same feeling. When I heard them talk, I feel the sadness again. Because I can see the waste. I can see the waste of years of brain cells. I can see the waste. I've learned a lot in terms of book. But I did not learn them to change my environment. I learned them to make more money, which is a waste.
So everybody in your family behave like that too?
It's Nigeria. It's Nigeria. It's not...
Not just family.
Not just family. It's Nigeria. Even the Nigerians in diaspora, it's Nigeria. It's Nigeria. For me, in the religious sense, I'm not as confrontational as her, but I have a mind of my own. That's why when I got back...
But for example, I do the same thing. I always honor people. When I see you, I hug you, I honor. But the reason why I am doing that is to give to you. I am giving you dignity. I am giving you honor. I, that is bigger, I, that is supposed to be a big man, I always bow down to people. I always... lift people up. Why? So that you will know who you are. You will see your worth. That you don't need to bow down to me, but I bow down to lift you up. To give you self-image. To give you dignity. To give you respect. So I am doing it not to get something. And that's the way it's supposed to be in the kingdom. I am doing it to give you something. I don't know if you get it.
I do, but in the old mindset, when you do that,
the Nigerian mindset.
The Nigerian's mindset. What I will say is, what is he looking for? What is it? What does he want? What is he trying to get, or what is he trying to prove?
Okay.
So the message you are trying to pass, I'm not seeing it because I'm looking at you in my image.
Are you serious? Are you serious? Thank you. I never thought of the way you thought now.
No, I'm looking at you in my image. So I'm wondering, what is he looking for? What does he want?
Because I have encountered this, but I didn't know how to interpret it.
You must be looking for some. You are expecting some. There's something you want from me.
Thank you. It's going to help you too.
Let me give you an example. Yesterday, Igor drove me back to where I was staying. And one other brother was in the car, came and opened the gate. And when he was opening the gate, I was like, huh? What do you need to look for? Make I give her body. No. I was like, hey, what is this one? He came to, I was in Pasiba. He still opened the door for me and opened the. I was like, hey, hello there. What is it? I was saying, my wallet is down. I don't even know how I'm going to. I just said, I was looking at him. By looking at him, I knew the facial expression shows that he was not expecting anything from me. But a typical Nigerian person, hey,
okay,
Judge Jehovah God Emmanuel.
So you always read.
I was already, if he's a Nigerian, I was ready for taekwondo. You know, I know Sabi fight, but I was ready like, what do you want?
So you interpret these things according to the Nigerian.
You grew up watching propaganda. It's not just on the positive. They've gradually washed this thing into our head. The movies we watch, the adverts they show, a lot of things have been programmed in. It's just that I personally sometimes take out time and say, this thing is what they want us to believe, but this is not true. This is not real. And not everybody have enough time to even sit down and critically look at things.
Thank you guys for telling. You people, thank you, thank God. Oh.
They say you're not a Nigerian. You're Yubo, just that your body is like, you're Yubo. You're just a Yubo.
No, because I've encountered it. There was a time I went, to Idahosa's place. He was still alive that time. This was long time ago. This was like 90-something, 96. How many years ago? 18 years ago. So I went to see Idahosa, and there were some other people there who are students who are singing in the school, but they are singing to make money. So they go to sing in churches, they go sing well to make money for themselves. So I was a speaker for Idahosa. I was speaking in that conference. So they know me, and they say, oh, this is the pastor of the biggest church in Africa. And when they were coming to me to greet me, I was bowing down to them and saying, oh, they were trying to bow to me. And I was saying, no, I was trying to honor them. They were saying, oh, is that the way they, but the way they behaved was like, oh, okay, maybe we're great like this. So is that the way you behave in Ukraine? Is that the way they greet people in Ukraine? They were asking me. So I didn't know what they were getting. Don't they understand that I was just trying to honor them?
No, that's not the message.
Okay.
Even being polite to a typical African man, he'll start thinking, maybe you fancy me.
Oh.
Yeah, so sometimes, I get tired. You say you answer everybody on Facebook. I don't do. I don't. I first of all warn you, I am not seeking romance on Facebook. That's the first warning. And if you continue with this kind of thing, I'm going to block you. I'll give you 3 warnings. If you don't respect yourself, I block you.
So they read meaning to all this?
You're polite to somebody, and they start cooking up story, acting drama, part 1, part 2, part 3, in their head.
So how did they, but since I'm a man to man, why did they I didn't understand their response. Because I was honoring them, I was thinking, but they were just, like, you are a man of God, you are lying down. So what is, is that the way? Yeah.
We need reprogramming. As in the old program should be wiped clean. Yes. Then then reprogrammed. Because I'm still learning. I've been listening to you for over 5 months. I'm still learning. Some things are still strange, and I'm still learning. So I can imagine people back home. Okay. I can imagine how long it will take me to get to the level of the way the Ukrainians talk. Because the way we are talking is extremely strange to them. But I told myself that I will give myself to continuous study and learning.
And you know what? To think that she thinks that way, working with you, shows that she knows that she's not less than you.
She knows her worth.
But she's offering her service
willingly.
Willingly.
Not because of anything.
Koburu.
So can it?
What do you want me to? You want me to cry? You want me to start? That's because that's the
No, but my own question is to ask you people: can we fix it?
Yes. Through propaganda. Through movies. Through mindset change.
Through short videos.
Yes. Even let's start having even Christian comedians that we, because all these things, it is through that means it was introduced. Yes. So another way is to introduce, just like a glass filled with dirty water. you just keep adding clean water. A time will come.
If anybody is reading the comments on Facebook, maybe there will be anything that is worth sharing. Let us know. Many things.
We're touching it
You
enough.
can tell us some. We will read them out.
This is deep. This is really deep. Seriously.
But you please, I ask you people to talk about these things, because I don't, me alone, I cannot be enough. You know what they say. We need all of you to begin to raise these topics.
And they say, if you do it too much, then maybe you are trying to steal my destiny.
Which one is still destiny again?
Germany thinks we are fools. They do not come to our churches, and when they come, they see all the services are dramatic.
Yeah, Europeans will not take you serious. Yes. That's what Galina was saying. Tatiana, sorry. The Europeans will not take, they will think you are subhuman. Yes. And that is why when the Europeans came to Africa, they were taking them as slaves, because they are thinking they are subhuman like that. If you behave like that, so but even though they see you as normal, they pretend. They would pretend too that they respect you, but in their heart they don't. They will think you are not. It doesn't matter if you are a doctor or who you are. If you behave like that, they will just think that you are subhuman. Okay, so that's the first thing you got from that book. Keep on going.
Okay, so that's the first thing I got. Then I then I also got that understanding that about myself is how I can change or win my nation. Using faith, that's how I can win my nation.
So what is your emotions about that book? What are your just general emotional perception? What do you feel when you read it? Okay.
Excitement, joy, confidence. Those are the things that rose up inside of me. Faith, as in, I have arrived.
Is it hope?
Yeah, hope. Hope. I have arrived. Now I can do it. Now I see myself. Now I know myself.
It's like you are seeing light at the end of the tunnel?
I'm not at the end. I'm seeing it now. I'm going back. There are things I've written down. I'm going back to start effecting change. As we were talking, or as the doctor was talking this afternoon, I was already contacting my friends in Nigeria. There are projects that came to my mind that I want to start implementing. Now I see that I'm the hope for Nigeria.
Jesus!
The hope for Nigeria, it is... Now I see that I see that Nigeria's hope is not in the government. It's not outside. It's
Jesus. Jesus. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Glory to God. 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 Wow, glory to God. That is the greatest hope that I wanted to hear about. To the extent that his eyes are so open, what he's trying to say, to the extent that now I am now seeing that he's seeing the result. He's seeing the way out. He's seeing the way out to the level that he's saying, I see now that even I am now the hope for Nigeria. I am now the solution. That is where our doctors got to. Dr. Success, Anu, Victor, once they read my book, Nigeria and the Leadership Question, all of them said, now, everyone said, I know now that I can individually resolve the problem of this country. Once you get to that place, it means you have stopped passing blame. You are no more a victim. You are no more passive blame. You know, I used to say something about the three children of Adam. You are no more a victim, and you are no more, yeah, you are no more, yeah, you are no more the perpetrator of evil. You are now the solution. You are now seeing yourself as the solution. So once you get to that place that I see myself as the solution, I mean, for me, that is now when I believe you, that you are getting something. Because you are seeing yourself, you are no, you don't care how much is wrong or what is wrong or destroy anymore. You are now seeing your role in taking responsibility. You see, thank God that I asked the question, because what he was giving me before, he's giving me academic answers. I said, what did you get from the book? He's telling me point 1, point 2. You know, it's not just, I don't want to get the knowledge. I already know what is written there. Because you are telling me, okay, if you don't have faith, you will not have result or something. That's what I wrote the book. I know what is there. But I want to know your own experience, your own emotions, and your own conclusions. And what are the new things you got? That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear you telling me the points that are in the book. I wrote the book. I know that. I want to know what has started happening to you. What are the feelings that you are having as a result of reading that book? And what are the conclusions that you are reaching? Yes, sir. Naniwo.
I can now see that I'm the hope for my generation. I was sending messages to my friends, trying to tell them on some conversion of some of the materials in this book, telling them about the school blocks that we need to rebuild, because they stay in Jos and there's been so much devastation in Jos because of the clashes. So we've been having a program to rebuild schools so that these students can have somewhere to stay. They sent me a picture of a student that both parents were killed, and he was found outside the school. So he was brought back, giving food. So I was just trying to tell them that this thing really needs to start, because it dawned on me today that nobody will change Nigeria except me. Nobody. Not the government. Nobody will change Nigeria. I am the one. I am the savior. I am the savior. It's sad that I had not known this all this while, but I am the savior for this country.
Do you think that we will be able to pass this across to other people in Nigeria?
If I can be broken, anybody can. If I can be broken, if I can see the light, anybody can. We have more energy, we have more zeal than most other parts of the country.
So these my books, they could become the hope for that country then?
They are the hope.
These books?
They are. Because there are no books like it in Nigeria, not in any bookshop. I've listened to men of God, not in any bookshop. They only teach you to look up to other people and external. Okay. They don't teach you that it's inside. Egbeda getting out of the poverty it is in. It's Harry's responsibility. I can't drive from Maryland to Egbeda, how many kilometers, and I see the devastation. It is my response. I should park that car, take somebody on the street there that has sickness, and take him to the hospital and pay his bill. I can see now that it's my responsibility. If I go back, if I put myself back 2 years ago that I was living in Maryland, I can now see what I should have done. I can now take personal responsibility. It is nobody's responsibility. It's Harry, it is yours. And that's what I've seen today. That's what I've learned.
Mention the name of the book again. I'm sure people are asking for the name of
the name of the book is How to Transform a Nation Through the Power of Faith. And if you combine it with...
You can put that one down, the first one down, so that you'll be able to...
And if you combine it to You Were Born to Make Your Nation Great. This one talks about personal responsibility.
Talk about that one, yeah.
This one talks about personal responsibility. From the first book, How to Transform Your Nation Through Faith, I know myself. You Are Born to Make Your Nation Great is that now, because you know yourself, it is time to create a change. It is time to change this nation. It is time to change the country. Personal responsibility. No more playing the game, the blame game.
it is this person's fault, it is this person, the local government chairman, it is the president, it's Buhari. Take personal responsibility for your community. Take personal responsibility for your home. The men, take personal responsibility for your home.
But for example, what I saw, I was watching a town hall meeting today with a certain Showoye, Sahara reporter, Showore, okay, Sahara reporter, publisher or editor. Yeah. So people were going to those meetings. He wants to run for presidency. And the questions people were asking and the way people are talking, everybody says, oh, how will you do that? Oh, how will you fix this? Oh, how will you fix that? How will you fix that? Everybody is looking for him to tell them how he will fix the whole of Nigeria.
Because it's external, because he is the solution,
Okay.
not me. I have absorbed myself of that responsibility. And that's what this book will tell you. I've absorbed myself of that personal responsibility. It is his responsibility because he's about to go into government. Or it is God's responsibility. He's not blessing me. So maybe if I come to Bishop, he might maybe by his own power, he will tell God and the favor will come. It's always external. It's never internal. And that's what I learned just from these two books.
No, but for example, those people who went to the town hall, they are the most progressive, they are the most active. They are the political activists. So, but even they are saying, what will you do for us? What will you, if we deliver the state for you, what will you do for us? What will we have from it? How will you fix the country? How will you do this? Even the most progressive that are politically active, they are looking for somebody to come and fix.
Even us that are self-sufficient, that work in the biggest companies.
You are all still waiting for somebody to come and fix it.
Yeah, oh, I have friends.
To go and fix Nigeria?
Yes. Even while I was back there or outside, I have my money, so I don't need your money. But it's always looking at somebody to do something else. Absorb myself. All the brain cells I have inside of me, everything, just a waste. Just to feed myself, my tummy, and my family.
No, because I saw a political rally. People were asking one man, one individual, because he wants to run for presidency, how he's going to do this, and he's standing there telling them the answers, how he's going to fix it.
The Messiah syndrome.
That's the Messiah syndrome.
The Messiah syndrome. There's a Messiah coming. Messiah as Jesus is coming, either rapture.
But what you are now saying that your eyes open.
I'm a change man.
So is it possible that we could get our people to read these books so that they will also know like this?
What I want to do, part of the response, and I was telling somebody, I'm going to go learn video editing. I'm going to take some of these videos, I'm going to break them down into chunks, and I'm going to start sending them out. Because
we already have classes, free classes on how to do video editing.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, we can give you the link. It's Kate that we can give you. We have training. She has done the training. All of them are recorded. All the course on how to do video editing, everything. So any one of you is interested, you might need to register. We will. Okay. Somebody write in there. Galia, Pishi. Okay, Pishi, Dupe Love. Harry, how to do video editing. Harry, Chris Al, Matilda, they want to learn to do it. Maxine. Yeah. So they will get in touch with you. You got everybody? Tell me who you got. Harry. Online too. Okay, let them read. You will need to read the comments also. So the people who want to learn to do video editing online. Okay. You too, eh? Lemire wants to pass Galia. Lemire wants.
The reason why I say so is that back home we have a difficulty reading. So to give this to a Nigerian to just go and read, it's going to be a very difficult thing. I was listening to somebody on your platform that said he has a company, and he placed a book in the reception and put some money inside. And that book, the money was not stolen, and nobody took that money for a week. It was
because they don't open the...
Because they won't open it. And okay, so what he did, the next week, he told people that, I want all of you, he told all the employees, I want all of you to read this book. After the next week, the money was still there. Even after pushing people to read, they still did not read. And he put money in that book. So he would have known if anybody read it.
To read? It's a waste of time. So video editing is the real...
So that at least to help the little I can help. So I'll break it into chunks and we start saying, we like videos a lot. So if I can break it into 3 minutes chunks, 2 minutes chunk, 5 minutes chunk.
That's why they are all liking WhatsApp. Everybody's on WhatsApp.
Yes. That 2 minutes video will at least sow a seed somewhere. So yes, that's the propagating it to. At least to the ones in diaspora, and it will spread. Because somehow in people's hearts, they know there's something wrong with the Christianity that they've believed. But they can't put a hand on it.
I think all my teachings, all those series have to be broken into those pieces.
They need to.
Somebody has to, take one series, another series. So, but tell me, what is the emotion you got from this other book? From You Are Born to Make Your Nation Great. Let me first of all start with another question. You are born to make your nation great. That book you are holding.
Yeah.
You show them, please. You are born to make your nation great. This book, I will just tell you people the way it is. I had first of all named the book, the second title there, down, how to personal responsibility. What's
yes, how to change a nation through personal responsibility.
Yes, that was the initial
name.
How to change a nation through personal responsibility. Then I changed it to You Are Born to Make Your Nation Great. But after it's released, the way the reactions I'm seeing, I started having doubts. I'm afraid that maybe I was dreaming. The Brother Lumiere said, you are in another world. And I started thinking that from what these things I'm hearing, I think you people might be right. Because for me, You Are Born to Make Your Nation Great, for me, is inspirational. And it's what I would like to get. It's what I want to get. How? But after I release the book finish, and I'm done thinking, maybe that's me.
That's you, sir.
Eh?
That's you.
Eh.
If I was to,
because from what I've been hearing now, I started saying maybe not everybody will be. Maybe people will not be as excited as I'm excited. Though.
If they see this book, they'll drop it.
I think so.
No.
I think you are right.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason I said how to make Nigeria the greatest country in the world. They don't buy. How Nigeria economic overtake American country, they don't buy. All those Nigerian people, they don't. So there is something wrong with the way I'm thinking and the way people are thinking. No. We have different dichotomy. It's not the same way. I think my own thinking is different, and their own also is different. And you have just confirmed it now. So how will somebody look at this thing? I want to hear ordinary human beings, response to that kind of title. All Nigerian.
One, to me, as in looking at it from Nigeria, this is not my work. This is not my responsibility.
Okay.
This is not my responsibility. And how to make Nigeria great? No, I want to hit my first $1 million.
Okay.
Making Nigeria great is not my priority.
I see.
It's not my priority at all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
DSA, if you are to...
I didn't know what the problem was. I didn't know how Nigerians think about that. I don't,
Yeah, what's my business?
Because they'll think you wrote it for the politicians. Okay. To help the politicians know how to govern. But for them, it's not their business. That's the business of the government.
But that's some...
You people, what you are doing to me this week. But how do you know that's what they would think?
I was born there. But there's some. If you add somewhere here, if you add favor and you increase the font. I'm telling you, sir. If you add favor here and you increase the font and reduce the font of these other ones, then somebody will buy it. Then we'll pick it up and say, okay, yes.
Just put favor, miracle, or money.
Or dollar sign or something.
Yeah. People will rush it.
You know, when I first saw your books and I saw bestseller, that's another thing. I was like, how did this kind of books become bestseller? Because yeah, I was like, who bought these books? Oh God, it's brainwashing. It's brainwashing.
But the way you said it, and he said the same thing. I said, how are you people knowing what people are thinking?
Same language.
But you will buy that book, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. But they said not because Nigeria will not. Are you not shocked like me?
Well, yeah, in Holland, they already told me to watch out for Nigerians. So it's a real miracle that I'm here, because I know that, strange things are happening there. But about the books, only the title will intrigue me to go read it and to know what is the content.
But they said Nigerians will not read it because of this title.
Yeah, I don't understand that, because, you should have love for your nation and feel the responsibility. And, if somebody thinks about making your nation great, you should at least want to know what is he thinking about. And looking if
you are thinking like me.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to, I'm trying to play the devil's advocate. If when you were 5, you did your primary school, your nursery school, and the secondary school, you will be as in, you agree with me with what I'm saying. Because you grew up in the culture. In Nigeria, you grew up in that culture. But where you grew up, it's a different culture, completely different, opposite. Exactly. But I'm not trying to blame there. Now I know, so now I should take responsibility. So now I know and I'm going to take steps. But from where we're coming from, that is how we're taught to think. Right from when we're children.
Sad, very sad. So in Nigeria, a typical Nigerian would think, I don't have business with this.
Yes.
That's what he said. He said they would say, maybe it's for the government.
The government. It's not their business, because right now Nigerians are indifferent. Most of them have lost hope. So they just know that in Nigeria, it's to
so two of you were able to predict the right reaction to that thing.
Of course. Even the bestseller there is under suspicion. Because just say I'm confessing the things I thought about when I see bestsellers on your book. I was like, bestseller, Just I don't know what to say. What I would like to do is to take a book, break it down, give it.
We need to have people to begin to have reviews. Yes. Just chapter by chapter,
yes.
Page by page.
Yes.
Different reviews.
Yes.
Different titles too.
Yes. Break it down like a tract, and give it like a tract. I'll take one chapter, break it down like a small tract that you can fold, not a big book, so that at least in Nigeria, somebody can just open his eyes and look at it, then give it a different title, a catchy title, but hide something in it. Just the way. Is that what? Yeah, maybe money sign, or the way you were praying with those people to convert them. You know, you are praying about food, but you add Jesus into it. So I have to use that evangelism style to find a way to hide the truth among some things that will attract them, so that at least the seed can be sown, or at least the seed can drop.
And I think it would be good if we can start introducing all these books to schools from the elementary, in a way, whatever form we want to change it to. I need to get people from, because it's all these things, we are saying the truth. I will never see before, but now I will take it. But before, I will never. But if
now you people are helping me. So you to confirm that. Now I understand why is it that the financial books people are buying, all the ones, but why is it that people are not buying these Nigerian books? But you are helping me to see, and the whole country thinking like that. It's really getting me prepared for this Africa. Thank God, though, you have not let me go there yet. You want to talk about this book?
Just about the topic to say that few people, few people are looking for something so that can push them to buy the book and to read the book. But today with Facebook, WhatsApp, and all the, all the social media, it is even to do the homework at school. People, they don't take too much time to work, to study their lesson. So what about a book? So what is life is about is not all the people have the consciousness of to self-develop, to take time to read book, to few. It's when you are, let's say, you are thirsty and you are looking for something, that then maybe you can go and check. But the majority, it will be difficult for them to get access of that one because of the way of thinking also.
Yeah, beautiful. But you didn't tell me yet of the emotions you felt. You told me about the emotion you felt about the first book. What is the emotion you felt or you experienced? What was your experience while you were reading this one?
While I was reading this one, the experience was, this was more of excitement, but this one was more of, that feeling of I have work to do. It wasn't about the running, but now I realize that I really do have work to do. I have to take responsibility.
So the faith one was more like faith, excitement,
yes,
energy.
Yes.
But the nation great was more like reflective.
Reflective, yes.
So explain.
So what it does is that this second one makes me know that now I have to build a process. I have to build a system. I have to take my biro and paper. I have to start writing down the ideas. I have to start figuring out how do I implement the ideas. It's not going to fall from heaven. It is me. It is my hand. It is my biro. It is my computer. It is me. I have to do something. So this one shows me the responsibility that I have and what I need to do to put it into action, which I've already started doing from today. Sending out messages. This is some things I'm saying now. I've already written them down. I'm going to start it. I mentioned to somebody I'm going to learn some new languages. I'm going to learn video editing. It is because of this personal responsibility.
So you are born to make, tell the people what book we're talking about.
The book I'm talking about is You Are Born to Make Your Nation Great.
And these books are books that have just been released. They are not yet on Amazon. They might still come on Amazon later, but not yet. Right now, they are just here in Ukraine. So if you have anybody coming to your country, you could write in the comment section that you need this book, and we could send them through somebody coming to your country. We have people right now from France, from Canada, from US, from
Finland.
England, from Finland, from France, from the US and Canada and UK. So Ireland as well, and Holland too. So if you are in those countries, you could still write right now that you want the books, and we'll be able to send through these people to you. What about the third one?
The third one is discovering the purpose and calling of nations. This one I've not finished, but one of the things that I got from this one is that every nation has a God-ordained purpose. And one of the ways to discover the purpose of a nation is to go through maybe the creed, the national anthem. I'm going to dissect this one more because it's a lot deeper. My main concern in this one is Nigeria. I want to study our anthem properly. I want to study our creed to understand what the founding fathers had in mind when they thought about Nigeria. I want to put myself in their shoes and see what their vision was like. And I believe that if I can put myself there, then I can begin to live out the values that they expected that Nigerians should have. So this one is something that I won't say I've properly read because I need to make it part and parcel of me. And that's what I can say about
Discovering the calling.
Discovering the calling,
the
purpose and the calling of nations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. You wanted something? Yes.
Just to say that the news are not so bad, because there is also some people that wanted to, they are waiting for something also. Even when I was in, let's say, in secondary school, me and my friend, we used to think about how to develop our country, because we were in the, let's say, the excellence school of the country. One of the best. So we used to think about it. Sincerely, I always had the desire in my heart since I was a child, and thinking about it. But at the same time, even when the war started in Ivory Coast, I decided to no more talk about politics, because I've been disappointed. I was like shocked. But it has been always something that...
So you decided not to talk about it before?
Since that day. Even now I'm in France, no more. I don't talk politics with nobody. Even about Ivory Coast politics. No, because I was like disappointed. So this book is like, let's say, it's starting to remove the thing that I were like buried.
What are the books you read? What are the books?
Yes, the same book about the faith and transformation.
Yeah, show me all the books you read. You are supposed to read 2 or 3.
Yes, I read. Even we wanted to read this together. Yes, we wanted to read it in one day because we are fast.
Where are the others?
So can I take it?
Yes. And did you start the death one too?
Yes, because this is for okay, I make it like example.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So this is the 3 that I have written. I have read. So it is how to transform a nation through the power of faith. This one, and also, could you be the Abraham of your nation? And the last one, a visionless is a meaningless life. The 3 that I have read. So what, as I was saying, many people, even the youth, so many, let's say they think about develop the country. Even right now, many, but sometimes discouraged or sometimes lose faith. That's why I very like this book, because something is help to reactivate the dreams, the faith also. So I think that in all the countries, there are some people that wanted to do some, or have the desire, like the dream, to do something, the dream. And
so, what was your own experience when you read each one of them? Let's start with the one on faith. Yeah.
okay, this
Your
one.
feeling, your experience inside. What were you experiencing? when you-
Okay, let's say that when I have finished to read this book, I'll just say that
Maybe why, not just when you finish, maybe why you are reading it.
yes,
Or
okay,
in the
okay.
process and finish. Yeah.
Okay, in the process when I was reading the book, it's just that I was just, let's say, measure my own way of thinking. The way I used to think about the faith is not just to wait, but to do something. To
Okay,
do
so
something.
you're thinking about faith used to be connected to weight, like churches.
Of course,
So it's
because
the same thing like in Nigeria. It's the same.
yes, even if my pastor started to teach about this, but it's something that is very
Deep,
it's
very
deep. So you have to take some time to realize that you might not be seated. You have to start something, and so it was like clear that faith is equal to results, and not little result exploit to make an exploit. That is the topic. And the exploit is about winning nation. So not just in the church, not just in my own needs, but a nation. A nation.
Not egocentric.
Yes, not egocentric, but a nation. So we had a lot of projects. Even with my brother, the pastor knows him. We used to talk a lot about how to do this, how to transform it. Sometimes when I ask you a question, it's because we have already think about it. You and I, we think about the different difficulties and how to set it. What are the way of thinking, how to do things. Sometimes we are so much. We wanted together to write books about politics, to do many things. But sometimes after you say, okay, it's so big, and if the big person, they have been chased from the country, they have been killed, what can I do at my little level? Because the big man, politician man, they starting, and they have been betrayed. There have been a fight by other people, they have been killed and took to jail. What can I do in such a country? Even if I go and I start to do something, people will maybe not even take attention or what I will do. So that's why sometimes I say, okay, maybe. And then the second thing, it was about don't wait for the, let's say for the leader, that you are the leader that you are waiting for. Yes. So this was the second thing that talked to me deep, because we said, okay, maybe somebody will start, and then we will run to do after him to even when there is some election and somebody is doing something that is like a young, we try to email and just to know what he's doing, and even if there might be need, we can we can support something like this. And so just to say that it's starting to, let's say, minister to me, to my thoughts, and to create something in my heart.
What was your conclusion after the book?
Yeah, my conclusion is just that if Dr. Sunday will change Nigeria, it means that it's possible. I can change Ivory Coast also. If I follow the step of this book about the faith, what is faith, about to work on my faith. So I just like in my mind, I want to start by the first floor. I have to work on my faith. I have to take time to work on my faith. And then I will use that faith also to act.
So you have to read the book again and again.
I will. We are just, I took some book. Even today I took book, and we will take also a lot
more books.
Yeah, more books. With the pastor, we are planning how to take more books.
Yeah, but this particular book, so does this change your attitude and your viewpoint, worldview about politics in Ivory Coast now?
Yes. It changed. It changed that I have possible? to. Yes, it's possible. That's why the last time when I talked about your project in Nigeria, I said that it was about faith, and so it will happen, because I remember about the book, and I saw that the faith is what's changed things.
Yes.
And also, I was just like amazed when I saw that you even announced that you will change Nigeria in the book.
Yes.
This is few people do it. That you write, you write a book.
Wrote ahead of
yes, you write and you announce that you will. That's how shocked me.
I am coming to change Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not just about reading.
But when people, I said that in video too. I recorded. I said, I'm saying it ahead now, and I'm recording it ahead, so that when I come and I do it, and if I don't do it, say I'm not a man of God. I'm not a human being. You hate me. Do anything you want with me if I don't do it, because I'm going to do it.
Yes.
For me, it's no more believing or faith. For me, it's it's like you know how to cook soup. You know the ingredients. You know how to cook it. You've cooked before. So I don't need to believe that I'm going to cook it.
I will cook.
I will cook it.
Yes. So, Pastor, the model that you are doing, you are making, this will not be only in Nigeria.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. This is sure. This is sure. It will not be only in Nigeria. This is sure. And yes, this is sure.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Because there is a lot of people that are like, they are fighting in their hearts because they don't see, they have the desire to do something, but they don't know how, and even they don't believe.
Are you not afraid for your wife?
For my wife?
Because if you come back,
yes,
she might see a different husband.
But we plan together. Yes, she's watching, and we plan this travel together. She encouraged me to come because I came like I'm in a mission to carry some keys.
She's not going to be afraid now?
No. I know, we know today that the first thing is about, and as soon as we started to, let's say, to fix our roots in that true faith, nothing is, no. And she is the disciple of Pastor Pierre. She is a faith lady. Yes, so yes.
Yeah, because some people might be afraid for their family security.
Yes, true. But Pastor, what I felt when I read this book is just like true faith is a real power. Is a real power, and it helps. It helps to create an atmosphere.
Yes.
To create an atmosphere to overcome any
Maybe
type.
we need to get the book into French. Yes. Let me see the one in French again. You took it? The French book, you have it? What do you call the French book in French?
Un livre. Comment regagner? Oui, c'est ça. Comment regagner?
What do you call it?
Comment regagner vos années perdues? Comment?
Okay. Can you say in French that we have a book like that for people French speaking?
Ok. Bonsoir à tous. Alors, le book, le livre. Juste pour présenter le livre, Comment regagner vos années perdues. Voilà. C'est un livre qui est à votre disposition en France, précisément à Clermont-Ferrand. Vous pouvez, juste si vous êtes intéressé, donner laisser un mot sur le Facebook du Dr Sandé et directement on vous recontactera pour vous donner les informations par rapport au livre. C'est un livre qui vous permet en tout cas de retrouver le contrôle de votre temps, de vos opportunités également et de pouvoir vraiment rattraper le temps qui est perdu. Moi, je l'ai déjà acheté, je l'ai acheté et en ligne et je l'ai acheté également et en version papier, donc j'ai les deux versions. Et je commençais déjà à travailler.
Where can they find it? You saw them?
Yes. Ok. Donc pour l'avoir, en plus de mettre un commentaire sur le Facebook du Dr Sandé, on peut également aussi le retrouver sur le Facebook du pasteur Pierre-Emmanuel. Donc simplement sur Facebook, vous tapez Pierre-Emmanuel Jean et directement, voilà, il vous donnera les contacts nécessaires pour pouvoir acquérir ce livre. Voilà, vous pouvez aussi le prendre en version digitale sur Amazon et sur Kindle également. et aussi directement en version papier. On pourra aussi vous le rendre. Il coûte combien? 13 €. C'est pas beaucoup, juste un kebab et demi et vous l'aurez. Voilà, donc également pour les francophones qui sont en Afrique, vous pouvez le retrouver en Côte d'Ivoire, à Abidjan, et tout cela avec le contact du pasteur Pierre-Emmanuel. On vous donne tout le nécessaire pour le retrouver en Côte d'Ivoire. Yes.
Many more books, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Even to have a club of to read, the club
Read,
of
right, yeah.
Yes,
Book club.
Yeah, book club. Yes, yes. That's
What about what other book did you read?
This one also. Could
One
you
by one, yeah.
Yes, one by one. Could you be the Abraham of your nation? So
show them.
Yes. Could you be the Abraham of your nation? So this book, particularly what I received, was just like not only prophesied, because sometimes we receive prophesies, lot of prophesies. Yes.
They do that a lot in Africa.
Yes. But it was just like a scriptural truth that I am Abraham of my nation.
Don't just confess.
Yes, not just confess, but and then I have the responsibility to, let's say, to start take my place as Abraham of the nation. And also the second things that I will apply, because that's why we came here to take some keys, is that there is a price to pay. There is a price to pay. The second thing that I learned about is
it scary? Is this book fearful? Does it make you fearful, this book?
No. Fearful mean to have fear?
Yeah.
No, at all. No. These books, like, I was happy to know that it's because being an Abraham is mean that you have a portion of inheritance that you have to take. Something is waiting for you. So it's mean that it's not difficult, but you have something to take which is yours.
But did the book make you to feel that that's a possibility?
Of course. Even not that's a possibility. The book means that there is some things that I am supposed to take. There is an area.
Inheritance.
Yes, inheritance. Because could you be okay, I am an Abraham in a specific area, and it's waiting for me. So it's not that if it's possible or not, I have to take my responsibility to take this area. So it's like this that it sounds to my head.
Yeah, because a lot of people are afraid of responsibility. That's why I wrote the book. I didn't say you are the Abraham of your nation.
Yes.
But could you be? Because I'm making it to see, will you be ready to take the responsibility or not?
And also, Pastor, what is very encouraging in this way of receiving the book is about fulfillment, because it means that the area which is my inheritance, when I start to take my responsibility, I will be fulfilled, because it means each one is fulfilled when it becomes Abraham of the particular sector. So I'm looking for fulfillment. That's why I came here. So now I know that there is a specific, and then I know the different step.
So you are looking for fulfillment. That's why you came here.
Yes, of course. Not just to see.
Not because Pastor said.
No. I'm looking for fulfillment, and Pastor gave me the opportunity to learn and to receive. Yes, that's why.
So what is the book difference between this book? No, first, before that. What were the emotions you are experiencing while you are reading this one?
This one, I was just happy. Because it means that Abraham and I, there's same level. Same level.
Because that is what I wanted people, I was hoping people will get. That we have the same
Yes.
as Abraham. But so you now, that's what I wanted to, I was looking for that answer.
Yes.
So you felt that.
Of course. Of course. Since the beginning of the books, yes. Okay, maybe my book is upstairs, that's why, but when even written, she saw, I wrote, wow, amazing. So yes, because that I saw, at the beginning you said that Abraham is not just historical things, but it's just a model that God wants us to also become. So it's not just his historical things, no, it's a model, and yes, it's
Because
just
in the
happiness.
churches, in the traditional church, it's just like Abraham is like a symbol only. But now you know it's my reality.
Yes. In fact, it's not just my reality, but it's my responsibility to
become an
yeah,
Abraham.
to become an Abraham. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility. And
so you actually felt joy.
Yes, this book, yes. When I see the book, the title, I'm happy, and also what I read. And I will take it and to dwell in it, to read, and then how to apply and work about it, because this book is very great book.
Now, my next question is, what is the difference between this book, because this book also is connected to faith,
yes,
and that book about faith? What do you think is the difference between the two?
Okay. Okay. According to me, this one is to realize your calling.
The Abraham.
Yes. And this one is now the how to enter,
activate it.
To activate it. To activate it. For me, is the two aspects of the question.
So the Abraham is for you to see your possibility.
Yeah, your possibility. Yes. To
and
see
your
the
destiny.
possibility, your destiny, and this one to see now
how to do
it, and it emphasize the nature, the quality of faith that is required to do it.
Okay, in the red one, what impression did you get when you read about St. Patrick? Feelings, not knowledge only, but feelings, impression.
Okay, I've not take the time to read all the story because I just catch the idea, but not just take time to.
Who read about
yes.
St. Patrick? You want to add? You don't want to answer? Who read about the St. Patrick story? Okay. Okay.
So about St. Patrick's, well, first of all, well, I'm not talking about, I just going to say what I felt about him. Patrick, actually, I don't know his last name, but St. Patrick, he was like a ticking timing bomb. Do you understand what I mean? Like a bomb. Because
from
there
the
was,
book,
yeah,
this
from the
book,
book. Because there was a before Ireland, and there's an after Ireland. So it means for me, a man of faith actually is a ticking timing bomb. He is like the nuclear weapon of God. He has a resource that is within himself to produce power, and that power will impact in a way that it will change the image of a nation.
Change history, before and after.
Yes. So you cannot.
Like Jesus, right?
Yeah.
BC, before Christ, and
after Christ. Exactly, yeah. So you cannot say that you're a believer or a Christian if when you live in a country, there's a before you and a after you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
You're like a bomb. You're like, because a bomb is made of atoms, and those atoms are like nuclear things that you cannot see. Atoms, you can't see it physically, visibly. So whether it is, it is produced of atoms that are divided or atoms that are connected. And what I see is like faith is like you are an atom, and when you connect to faith, another atom, you become a nuclear weapon. So you change the image completely of a nation. So when you come, actually, because St. Patrick, what was amazing about him is that Ireland was completely changed. Not only Ireland, but almost all Europe was changed. There was a before him, and there was a after him. So you're a nuclear weapon of God.
When you are reading that and that book and that story, were you tempted to think that maybe God could use you like that too?
Okay, I have to explain. I always thought that faith was a bomb. So I always knew I was a bomb. But it's like God tell me right now, Ruthleen, you have been taken for too long, so now you have to explode.
So what does that mean? Does that mean to you that you took the challenge, or you are just challenged to take the challenge?
I was challenged to take the challenge. Now I have to take that challenge. So I'm answering towards that challenge, yeah.
So you were challenged by the story of St. Patrick?
Not only St. Patrick, but also Finney.
Judge Finney, yeah.
That amazing. Like he could be in a country, in a city, and for people, only for believers to just come within the city, not even see him, but coming in the city. Yeah. It's like a bomb. That's a really
changes the atmosphere.
He's like, he changed the atmosphere, he changed the image, he changed all negativity into positive because he was the nuclear weapon of God.
If you feel so strongly about this book, which means you are going to recommend this book to Christians?
Oh, of course.
Do you recommend it to people who are watching right now?
Oh yeah, I do.
Give her the book. How much do you recommend it to them? What do you think? Do you think they have to get it? They have to read it? How important is that?
It's not only reading, actually. It's how do you say? You don't. It's not only reading. It's analyzing. It's like for me right now. I've always liked reading books, but for me it's like I have to tap and learn what people learn, and then from there, the things that they have learned, I have to use them with new wisdom and new knowledge to work. What I felt about this book is like, it says how to transform a nation through the power of faith. But for me, it's like to be a transformer, you need to be a trendformer. You have to change trends. It's not only transform. It's because what I've seen is like we are living in a world that has a new trend.
Maybe you people miss what she said. So to be a transformer, you have to be a trend former. So to be a word changer, you have to be a trend changer. That is what do you call it? Ultra modern title you gave it. That is like 21st century thinking. That's like millennium thinking. Millennia. That is like for the generation. For
the youth, like changing trends through what you have spoken about, values. Because actually now we are changing trends. We are in a new trend. Like, oh, there's this new trend coming on. But for us, is like, let's come back to the old trend, but not with the old mindset.
Original. I'm thinking that you are going to be very helpful in titling. If I were Pastor Jean Pierre, sorry, I'm going to say, when you translate some of my books to French, maybe you could help them with different titles. That you could say, okay, in English it is called this, but in French we call it this way. Something that will make it maybe appeal more better to that particular, to the next generation. Maybe it has to have a new title. Maybe, because I like your original. That's a very original thinking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just picked that up just now, but very, very brilliant, very nice. Good job, good job. Okay, thank you, girls. Thank you, bro. Thank you. All right, good job. Tope, can you come here, please? Oluwa Tope Oluwa Shewo. What? How do you call your name on Facebook?
Yes, sir, you got it right.
Oluwa Tope Oluwa Shewo. I didn't know it was you, because in the video that I saw about you, when you came, you were leaner, I think, a little bit. No? Maybe it looked like that to me. Come here. This is a Nigerian that just came from Nigeria to Ukraine. He's from DSA family, Nigeria. I want you people to help me welcome him warmly. He was dreaming of moving to Nigeria, from Nigeria to Ukraine, just to be in this atmosphere. And he made it. But it has taken me 2 weeks. I've been waiting for him for 2 weeks. But at least I'm seeing him now. What do you feel like seeing DSA life and being in DSA's environment, being in my house, seeing all these things that are happening, being in Ukraine, and, just being the epicenter of what you have wasted so much money, so much data, watching us from Nigeria on Facebook. But here you are live with me, and you have been looking the whole day. Now, I want to hear from you.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm so happy to see Pastor Sunday. I don't have words enough to articulate how I feel within me right now, because the change that is taking place is tremendous. I first came in contact with Pastor Sunday's book in 2009. The book titled Money Will Make You Rich. I only read a few pages before someone maybe stole the book or took it away. But I was able to glean some of the principles. These things are not ubiquitous, like you find it everywhere back home. Sorry, I'm taking my time to
articulate.
Yeah, to say these things. I'm just happy, Everything he has taught and he teaches, they're just unique. You don't just find this kind of teachings everywhere. I'm not saying there are not pastors back home who are trying their best, but the percentage of people who are teaching the right things are nothing to be compared to the majority of people who are teaching garbage. So it is a privilege to come to the source. I know God is the source and the resource, but Pastor Sunday has walked with God. He has a relationship with God, and he's able to. I'm overwhelmed. That's why I'm honestly overwhelmed, maybe with time I'll be able to express myself better, but for now I'm just basking in the glory. In the glory. He's so informed. He's so informed that before you are able to digest, I mean, you can't just catch up with the pace. You can't catch up with the revelation. He is just far ahead. And I'm here to learn. I'm here to imbibe a lot of these principles and build up myself. You know, it's tough when you're back home. Back home is tough. It's tough for people, especially when you want to live out all of these principles. So sometimes you just have to get out. And I want to thank God I'm out, not because I don't love home, but because I can just get better here and come back home someday to help the people back home. Because I hope I'm communicating, please. Okay, because there is need for help back home. People back home need help in all facets, in all the sectors. That there's no where you look at and you won't see the need for help. In the church, in the society, Pastor, I don't know what to say right now.
But even while you are in Nigeria, can you give him something to drink? Give him some water.
Thank you.
Because he's so nervous now. Yeah. Give him a glass of water. But I would also like you to start by telling us the price that you had to pay to even be able to follow me from Nigeria. The price you had to pay to even be able to watch DSA on daily basis, and the stress you needed to go through to even be able to do that. And then the decision to come over here. And, that's why I wanted to hear about those first reactions, those first feelings of your first few weeks in this place. Because it's reminding me personally about my first few days and weeks when I got out of my village. Again, not that I didn't love my village too, but I was dying there. I was wasting away. And a glimpse of light came for me when, by God's grace, God helped me to pass my examination, to do well in exams. So that became a glimpse of hope. But that hope was about to be cut short, because I was admitted to University of Ife. I had the third best result in the university. They have 400 and something, I think 400 mark, and I think I got 356. And it was the third in the whole University of Ife, and I couldn't go in there because I was just 1 hour drive or 2 hours. I couldn't go because even though it's going to be for free, but I couldn't pay for transport to get there. Talk less of paying for the dormitory. And you have to pay for your feeding too. So I lost that. Then I got the scholarship to to USSR and USA. I needed to choose one. So I chose USSR because I had a brother in Moscow. So I lost the one for US, Columbia University. But when I came here, when I was about to leave here, the scholarship, I needed to buy a ticket. And the ticket was going to cost 700 naira. And I couldn't, my whole family, relatives, extended, clear, all of us couldn't come on 700 naira to buy a ticket one way. So I was about to jeopardize the opportunity. And then I went to the embassy, and somebody said, the consulate said, write to the government of USSR, write to the Communist Party. And the Communist Party came back and said, you know, we'll buy you the tickets. So, you know, when you're so hopeless, when you're at the verge of hopelessness like that, and then you escape. And first of all, I arrived in Austria. I was thinking I arrived in heaven. Totally different from where I was coming from. Then when I got to Europe, I'll say, I knew I was seeing the world before me, all ahead of me, but it was a totally different, unique feeling. I'm sure all of you have seen the picture of when I was 19 years old, right? 19 years, in that jacket of, net jacket, you know. It's on in all the books, I hope. You people should, I don't know, I hope it's there, right? Is it in all the books? When I was 19? Or they don't put it in the book? Oh, they only put me now in the book. They need to put me when I was nobody. Okay, it's not here, right? But it should be somewhere where it is. You know, so I was just 19. Maybe the magazine. You have the magazine? Yeah. Oh, why don't you people offer the magazine to people to buy as well? Because the magazines, some of you might not have this. They are interesting. Другие, есть новые журналы. Надо принести, показать им, покупать. Новые, не эти. Let me see, I'm trying to look for myself. Anyway, the bottom line is that after I came here, I can still pick up those feelings that I was having, you know, from coming from Nigeria and a place of where I was lost. Hope was lost. Everything was dim. And, you know, just seeing people, for the first time in my life, I was seeing people behave differently from what I was used to. Talk differently from people who are not like me. People I was just studying. And yeah, that's why I'm interested in knowing and getting not just your knowledge, but your feelings. Yeah, if anybody is interested in looking or you want to buy or you want to have a look. Yeah, go ahead. So we want to hear you.
Okay, it was a great price I had to pay back home to listen to Pastor Sunday. Because
and that was not even common, right? Among your peers.
Yeah, it was
among your friends. You are the only one doing that, right?
It wasn't common, but with time
Give
I
me
started.
the glass
Okay.
so that, oh, you finished drinking it?
Yeah, let me just try.
No, I'll take care of it for you. I'll take care of it for you. Yeah. Yes, please.
So, but with time I started talking to friends. Some of my friends started showing interest. I started sharing the videos. I started sharing the messages. But at first, it was very strange. You know, from the title of the book, "Money Won't Make You Rich." In Nigeria, I want to ask you, so what will make you rich? If money will make you rich. That was what, you know, really caught my attention. Like, if money will make you rich, what on earth will ever make you rich? So Pastor Sunday started talking about values and many other things.
Put off the...
That, you know.
Put it off, just sort of. So what motivated you to begin to... Tell us about the process, the price it took you had to pay to
okay, yes.
To be listening.
Yeah, like I said. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired because... okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sit down, yeah.
Yes. So, Pastor was very helpful. You know, I also belong to a living church back home, and at least, even though everything is not very perfect, but compared to what is obtainable back home, you can say that the church is healthy, much better than what you have back home. So, I sent Pastor a mail, a couple of times, and he replied. I mean, I couldn't believe it that this same man of God that has been to the UN, that has been to the US Senate, so when I got his response, when he replied to my mail, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, meanwhile, go ahead. If you go to page 19, that is how I was when I came to this country, like this. In that jacket. Yeah, that's how I was. Yeah. In the jacket, you see the red jacket, the red and green jacket? In page 19? That is how I came to Nigeria, to Ukraine.
Wow. Holy God.
It was later I became like this. Wow. These were all later, but I was. Yeah, so I can understand your timidity. Huh?
That's a happy jacket.
This one. Can see, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So I was happy Pastor replied me, and that really encouraged me, and even advised me on how I could go about it, and gave me a contact of one of the members that could guide me as regards how to pursue my dream of coming to study here and all. And he did that, and I followed through. I know anything back home is money.
Everything is money.
Everything is money. Everything is money. Even when even when you're going through the normal way, because there are times you are required to bend corners back home. They will tell you that forget church. This is not church. That you have to pay your way through here. Even people back in who are church members. But when it comes to business, they tell you that this is business and this is not church. You could meet during service on a Sunday and worship together, but when it's weekdays, business is business. So I'm here by God's grace. Pastor played a very big role, and I thank him for it. And my first week here was not very good for me because I was staying in a public hostel when I came in, and they stole my wallet with all my bank cards, my driver's license, everything was gone, my money. So out of fear, I now went to the administrator and I gave my luggage to the administrator that I don't know what next they are going to steal from me. Could you please keep this bag? It was the same administrator that I gave the luggage to help me watch over that carted away with the luggage before 5 a.m. in the morning. So,
a Russian guy, a Ukraine guy?
Yes.
In what city? In this city?
Yes. In Kyiv. So the director of the place actually called the police and they came. I can't really understand what they were talking about, but I just told them. I told one guy that was speaking English so. That's how he could speak English so. So that happened. So I was really devastated the first week.
But why didn't you come here? Why didn't you call me that you were, because you wrote me that you were leaving?
Yeah, I wrote you. I even sent you my itinerary.
Yes.
Yeah, I
but I got your itinerary late, but I expecting you to get back. Yes. I even wrote you later on, but it was later. But I was here. You were supposed to get in touch directly. But I thought that Obi was meeting you or somebody was meeting you.
Yeah, though I wanted to settle with school and all before coming here. So it was really tough for me at first. But thank God everything is taking shape now.
So they stole all your money? And then they stole all your...
It wasn't a lot of money, though, because I wasn't having a lot of money.
But they also stole your bag.
They stole my bag. They stole my bag with the nice suits and all.
And you have not recovered anything?
No, I haven't.
And the school, the police, they couldn't do anything?
They didn't do anything. They came, of course, they were going about, they were speaking.
But they were saying the administrator, if the administrator was an employee...
The director of the place now is saying that the guy is not his administrator.
He's not?
That's what he claims now. But when I was there, it was the administrator. It was the one getting the rent, or what do you call it? Yes, we were paying to him. So he carted the way we heard all the things, and he just left.
How many of you came?
No, I came alone. I'm talking about the other occupants in the hostel.
Who met you? Who took you to that hostel?
It was one acquaintance, a friend. It was one that he called Uber to pick me from the airport.
Your friend?
Yes, I've not known him for too long.
A Nigerian?
Yeah, Nigerian. It was the one that took me there. Because he's married to an Ukrainian, so he has his own family. I couldn't really go.
So he took you to a hostel?
To the hostel.
Is it a school hostel?
No, not school. Public, like hotel. It's not really hotel. It's much more affordable than paying for hotel. So that was where it took me to.
While I was here, see how many rooms in this house? And you are DSA family. You go to stay in hotel. See what Satan is doing to devastate somebody. Eh? Satan is a liar. Amen. Can we contribute some money to help him? Let me start with myself. Anybody can get some money? Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. Yeah. We put it at the apostles' feet. You are the apostle. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. We put it at your feet. Anybody, let everybody bring something. Bring something to help this brother. That is so painful. Yeah, go up and get it. Go up and get something. Let's all do something to help him. Go to the room and get some money. Go to the room and get money to help.
If I give away my money before.
You gave away your money before?
No,
to those bishops. Yeah, but this is a good cause. This is a good cause. This is not to the bishops. This is to the Son of God. Yes, everybody, let's all do something. Let's all do something. Yeah, let's all do something. Let's all do something to help the brother. I mean, they robbed him twice. It's horrible. Because those public dormitories you went to, it's it's for robbery. That's what it's set up for. Yeah. And it is in that same place they show the. No, you are tired. Sit down now. Why is he standing up? Sit down. So sad, so sad. I said condolence. I mean, what do I say? So you don't have a feeling right now about Ukraine, about. Okay, what about being here in the house? What do you feel about being
honestly,
here in the house?
from my arrival, the moment I got to the airport, I felt so much love for the country. Maybe because I've been listening to you, and the love I have for you, your teachings, your work for God. So the moment I came in, I just felt so much love in my heart for the people and for the country. And there's no...
Thank you.
No matter how good a country is, you always have the bad ones.
Yeah.
So,
but here there are a lot of bad ones.
So that has now changed my perspective about how good I think the people here are. And I really, of course, I've met very lovely people. And I know that I'll still meet many more. So that's just nothing.
Close.
Okay, it was just painful because it's I just got in, and I didn't have.
So all your clothes are gone.
All the nice ones, except the ones I can just wear in the dormitory. So all my clothes are gone for now. But I'm getting them back. I'm getting them back out.
Okay, please remind me to give him some clothes tomorrow, eh? You'll be hearing, since you are Nigerian, you like anointed people's clothes. That's what you people like, anointed person's clothes. You have a lot of the anointed person's clothes tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
That is an experience. But now tell us what you feel about being in my house. Today is your first day in my house.
Yeah, today is my
in
first
our
day.
atmosphere, in this atmosphere.
I feel very blessed. I feel blessed because the Bible says wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. People are free here, and they are not taking that for granted. And that's what I see. You know, and people are informed here. I'm so overwhelmed by the testimonies, the teachings. And when Pastor decided to bring out some of this stuff and to hear about what these people are doing is amazing. It's amazing. You know, I was feeling very bad on my seat, like, what have I done with 30 years of my life? Seriously. And it's not as if I don't have the will and I don't wish to do a lot more. But there are times that you can't really do beyond. You can wish to do a lot more, but because of the environment, you are just so limited. Because the environment has conditioned you to just survive. You want to do more, but you just can't do more at that time. Pastor, I don't know what you want me to say.
Just what you are feeling, just who you are, just what you are feeling.
So, Pastor's house is beautiful. I'm also, I can see that. I can see the colors. He's a very colorful man. Seriously, if you don't know what glory looks like, I think he's displaying some of God's glory. I see that, and I see that with the people. The pastors. I've met Pastor Natalia. I've met a couple of them that I've even seen online before coming. So I can see the joy of the Lord here, which is obviously the strength of the people here. And it's just like there is an upsurge of life from here, you know, reaching out to the nations of the world. Pastor, you don't even have an idea of how you are touching lives.
No, I don't, because I'm sitting here.
You don't, honestly. You are doing so much, and you have so little knowledge of what you are doing. Honestly, because if you have opportunity to just pick up one of his books, you don't have to read the 300 books. Just a page, just one chapter of one book is enough to start the transformation in a life. So I was just praying to God that he should give me this opportunity to have this propinquity, this closeness, to come closer. Because I'm this kind of person that I can get a lot better when I have this
model.
Oversight model or something like that, yes. But if I cease to have it, it might not really help me much. So I've been praying to God if he will give me the opportunity to get closer and, you know, imbibe a lot more and, you know, grow much better and deeper. And thank God he has answered the prayers. And this is just the beginning. I'm beginning to have a bigger perspective. And I envisage that greater works shall I do.
Yeah, what do you mean by greater perspective? I like that word, that phrase.
What I mean by greater perspective is that I believe that what you've done can be replicated and can be advanced.
Yes,
that
in a greater fashion.
In a greater fashion. But you know, anybody that wants to do a greater work than you've done, we have to really sit up. So it's a lot. For you to have had the largest church congregation at the age of 33. And I'm already 30. I'm not comparing my life, but I'm just thinking that I have a long way to go, and God helping me, I can really do that.
So, where are you staying now?
I've gone to the school hostel.
School, to the
Yes,
school?
Yes.
So you have resumed your school?
We are just resuming now, yes. The school is just resuming.
Okay, because the school year is supposed to resume normally in September.
It's the language program, I have to start with.
Okay, you want to learn the language?
I really love to.
Okay, you want to learn the language?
I want to.
So they are forming a group now, right?
Yes.
A team of foreigners.
Yes.
So do they require you to live in the school, in their place?
No, it's my choice.
So you don't have to live in the school?
I don't have, I've not heard about any.
What school is that?
European University.
Ukraine University?
European University.
European University. It's an English-speaking school?
Yeah, how do you mean?
Европейский университет. Is it, do they use English in that school, or is Ukrainians?
I don't know much yet. It was an agent that, I've been to the school though.
Yeah, in the school. Are they Russians, Ukrainians, or foreigners?
Everybody, they have foreigners, they have Ukrainians.
And the foreigners, do they study in English or in Russian?
It's your choice. You decide how you want to study. There are courses taught in English. There are courses taught in Russian.
But the majority of the people use Russian, huh? Ukrainian.
Yeah, I think Russia.
Russian. Okay. So, okay. Anyway, we still have to meet and talk. But when do you go to school? Have you started classes?
Classes started this week. What week are we? Yes, this week.
This week?
Yes.
So you have not gone to classes yet? You've not gone to, okay. Have you been working or what?
Yes.
You've been doing some work? Yeah. Okay. So who is helping you out? You have somebody helping you out here in this country?
No, it's God. God is helping me out.
Like I'm saying, because you get a job, you do have some people that maybe that's your friend or what?
Yeah. I used to have a family friend here that studied medicine, but he's gone back home.
He just went back now?
No, not now. A couple of years, maybe a year or two.
Yeah. So who helped you to get the job, for example?
Well, I was at an African shop. Through referral, when I made a call, someone referred me to the African kitchen. So I was just there, and okay, that my cousin that is a medical doctor, not cousin, like family friend, yeah. He referred me to his friend. So the guy took me out to the African shop to have a meal, a repast. So when we got there, they just brought up my issue. Like, we started conversing with the woman, and the woman took interest, and she said she was going to help. Because my admission was in Kharkov, I transferred to Kyiv. Yeah, that was why I couldn't come directly. I just had to quickly settle that way. Yeah, so I transferred to Kyiv. Now that I'm in Kyiv, yeah. So the woman was like, "How can I help you?" and all. So she referred me to one guy that is working somewhere, and I just went. I wrote some tests and.
It's a work with English language or what?
Yes, with English language.
Is it? Are you teaching or you are just working?
It says a financial house or something. That is a financial house.
Okay. So, all right, we'll see you tomorrow. But you'll still be here for this weekend, right?
I just came in like this. I thought I was just going to breeze in, greet you, then come revisit properly.
Oh, you are not planning to sleep over?
No, I have to now, but I didn't come with anything.
You didn't come with anything?
I didn't come with anything. I just came like this.
So should we take a cab for you to go home and come back tomorrow morning?
Okay.
Okay. So then carry your money.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
So please, Nanda night, je move by taxi. Je vais me payer à demain. Let me relieve your hand so that you. Yes. Well, no, leave them first. Leave them. Hug me first. Welcome.
Thank
Coming all the way from Nigeria. Are you traveling for the first time?
No, I've been to a couple.
Your countries, okay. But welcome anyway. Welcome, because you are going to study here. You are going to be here for many years. But, sorry for that experience you had.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry for that experience. It's so sad that that's happened. But I hope you rest tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And you could be here by 12 already. Tomorrow, I want to give them time to sleep in the morning. Then in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, we are going to have Greek or lunch. But before then, I will be having meetings with people who want to meet with me in the morning. So take care of yourself now. Yeah, and the lady will help you with the cab. Yeah. Wow, what an experience we are having here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for helping my brother. Thank you so much. But I wanted him to tell you about his experience with DSA family. The prices he had to pay to watch that program in Nigeria. I mean, for somebody in Nigeria to be coming, a young student, to be coming to the platform every day, that's a huge price. That's a huge price. And but he wanted to get out so that he would be able to maximize, and came to Ukraine by himself as a student, by faith. Wow, it's a huge price. Well, thank God. Thank God for every one of you. So, I don't know what the people over there are saying on the platform on Facebook, but we've had a wonderful time here. Yeah, we've had a wonderful time here with everybody, and I think it's been kind of special HMT. Yeah. Babusha is saying honestly. So, and Babusha is she's the coordinator, but not just the coordinator. Everything is lying on her shoulder this time, and then with the Ukrainians. But before, we had, apart from Babusha, we had Mayowa, we had Julie, and many people were helping, because most people here don't speak Russian, and only Babusha is the English-speaking person. I mean, they don't speak English, sorry. So, but Babusha has done a good job. So, Babusha, thank you so much. Huh? Come. They are clapping for you. I hope she was not too strict with you. She was, okay. She was, well. Nigerians always like to play political correctness or cultural correctness. No, at all. Well, I will give you your word. Hey, this is your skirt. I'm just noticing that one, though.
Wow.
Oh, is it a gown or what is it?
No, it's a skirt.
Oh, okay.
Good evening all. Thank you for the opportunity. I think I'm the one that is grateful, actually, because as I was having a word with Pastor Willington this afternoon, he was trying to remind me of my position. He was like, you don't even know what you're doing, which maybe I do my word unconsciously, but I do it very proud and happy. But I am the one that is grateful meeting you all. Yeah, because I was trying to tell him that you don't know what I learned from you guys. It's not really all about coordinating, let's come on time, let's do our assignment. No. I do learn from you, and I appreciate hanging out with you the whole week. So I'm sad though. I'm sad because it's the end. Yeah, but I hope that we'll meet again. Yes, I hope we'll see more of you. By the way, we are planning. One is coming June, and one is coming August. Another one is coming November. I hope I will still be here.
You plan to travel?
Well, Pastor Willington was the one that said, we hope you will still be here. So you kind of put a little, concern. But no, I'm not traveling. And even if I travel, I still will be here to coordinate. So thank you very much. And thank you, Pastor, for the opportunity as well. Yeah, so I hope to improve more. I know it wasn't easy. As you said, we had very serious, challenges, especially with the, our devices volume, technical problem constantly. So, but I know it was for a reason. It was to stretch me, actually. Because as he said, as for the last HMT, it was me and Julie that was doing it. And I was doing more of the just coordinating, sit, announce, and all that. And she was the one doing all the volume and camera. Yeah, so, but when she wasn't around, and when she was around last time, we didn't have that problem at all. But then, could you imagine, just when she wasn't around, everything just went sideways. And I have to, manage everything. But I'm grateful that I had the strength and the understanding to do it. So thank you once again for the opportunity. And thank you, friends, for being with us throughout. You come and you leave. So we hope you'll still be hanging with us on the DSA platform. Thank you very much. Yeah. And also, I want to use the opportunity to thank the whole team, especially all the people in the house, the one in the kitchen, the Victor, Success, Anu, that did the presentation as well. Then Galina, that is always busy with the presentation. Yeah, I know it's not easy. We have Tatiana also that was writing with the guests, and Igor. Everybody that maybe Pastor Natasha definitely busy with the books all the time. The security, everybody. Thank you very much for the contribution.
Maybe, Pastor Natasha, maybe you say something for people who want to get the books from different countries who are watching now.
Greetings, everybody. About DSA's books, if you want to have these books, to bring these books and to distribute these books in your city, in your country, in your place, in your company, in your school, in your village.
That is for people who want to be distributors?
Yes, if you want to distribute books, please use email dsasbooks@gmail.com. You can see this email in your comments on this video. Please write to us and we will give you answer and contact you and we'll give you all information. So our goal, the people will receive this information, these books can read and can take this knowledge that changed their life as these books change our life. So please write on DSA's books at gmail.com and we will be in touch with you. I will give you later all information.
And what about people who want people to send it to bring with them now?
Yeah, if you are from USA, Canada, Netherlands, French, France, Finland, yeah, you
England.
can England. If you are from these countries right now, please right now write in the comments that you want to order some books and which books you want to order, so we can organize and our sisters and brothers can bring this book in your country more quickly, that it will be posted from here. Please write, but please write now, please, about it in comments, and I will answer now there.
Okay. Well, I guess we should pray now. Let's bring our hands together. Where is Anu? Or father? What is that? Oh. Doing what? Oh. All right. Pakazi wa itifsie na veno padam po grugu yete polushi sa. Ne vedi tu basi. Ne nitaka. Prosta wat krug pakaji te. Da prosta krug what that. Okay, guys. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for today. We thank you for this week that has been very, very intense, very, very busy. I'm very, very blessed. We thank you for the opportunity to have learned so many things at your feet. Thank you for the opportunity to have met all these wonderful people. Thank you for teaching us. Thank you for opening our spiritual eyes, our ears, our understanding. Thank you for insight. Thank you for grace. Thank you for the power of understanding that you have given to us. Thank you for the grace to learn at your feet. Father, we want to go and become nation builders, history makers, national reformers, trend changers. We pray that you will help us to be able to implement everything that you have taught us. Not just those who have been here, who are here, but those who have gone back and those who are at home. That you will make us to be doers of this word, not just hearers. And you will cause your grace to abide upon us to be able to bring these blessings, this revelation to our nations and to all the nations of the earth where you are sending us. Let your people get to know this truth. And let the truth set us free. Amen. And let us bring your kingdom here to the earth as it is in heaven. And let your glory fill the earth as the waters cover the sea. Amen. Use all your people with your grace and power and cause us to be able to subdue our world and our generation to your feet. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. And as we are going back home, today, tomorrow, all this week, go before your people. Let your angels go before them. Let your protection and blood be over them. And let them be able to keep and retain the grace and the wisdom and the ability they have received here. And be able to impact it to other people. In Jesus' name. Amen.
put them on you. My trust is in you. My trust is in you. I put them on you. My trust is in you. My trust is in you. Woo. Baba, my trust is in you. Woo! Yeah, my trust is in you. I put them on you. My trust is in 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 you. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. I put them all in you. My trust is in you. Baba, my trust is in you. Oh yes. My trust is in you. I put them on you. My trust is in you. I put them on you. My trust is in you. I put them on you. My trust is in you.
We're